Wait, I am muted. Hello, you can hear me now? Yeah? Hi, hello. Yeah, like, literally 30 minutes before stream, I changed my setup again. Yes. I was like, oh, I'm gonna put my monitor on the right side again. I'm gonna have the tablet to the left. Yeah, because, I prefer looking at chat on the right. So yeah, yeah, me and Rising just, changed the entire setup again, so I hope everything works. I also, I guess I'll say hello first before I go into yap mode. Hello Zexu, welcome in. Congrats on first. Hello Austin. Hello Amadis. Hello Yugi. Hello Kudo. Hello Fumo. Welcome everyone. Yeah, I just, had to turn off my PC's, third fan off because holy moly, I didn't realize how loud it was. And I just turned it off in the BIOS and oh my god, my PC is so much quieter. I don't think I need that fan too much, so I don't think it's gonna be too much of an issue, especially not when playing Higurashi. I don't think my PC is gonna explode from a visual novel, let's put it that way. But yeah, I hope everyone is having a good Saturday so far. I went to bed relatively early last night. I think it was like between 1 or 2 a.m. And I woke up at like 9 a.m. So I got a solid like 7 to 8 hours of sleep. I don't think that's enough to make me feel super alive after like 2 weeks of 4 to 5 hours of sleep, 1 night of 2 hours of sleep. I think we need a little bit more to feel a little better, but you know, for now, that'll do. Hopefully I'll go to bed early tonight too. Hello Ari, welcome. How are you? Also hello Zam, hello, welcome. Me shaking from 10? You have 10 fans? Why do you need 10? Why do you need 10? What? Why do you have so many? I think I have like 3? Yeah, I think it was 3, 4 maybe. And one of them, I don't know why, is extremely loud for no reason. Like you'll start up your browser and it'll blast your ears off. That's what it feels like anyway. It's a little crazy. I'm glad that I know how to turn it off because I think it would drive me insane if I had to hear it the entire time. I had it turned off because I was losing frames in VTube Studio. I'm still losing frames even if I turn it on. I meant to actually clean my PC just in case something else was suffering. I don't know how to properly take care of my PC if you haven't noticed already. I know I work in IT, but that doesn't mean that I'm particularly nice to my PC. Yeah, I think my PC has to suffer quite a bit, unfortunately. Wait, didn't I set something up? Give me 1 sec. Chatting, background. Oh. What if I press this button? Oh yeah, that works. And then I also had another button. Yeah, to up the immersion. Wow, what the fuck am I pressing? Thank you for the hydrate. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, VTube Studio is a little confusing sometimes. I had 10 fans on my PC and liquid cooling. Liquid cooling sounds nice. Do you even... I didn't know you still needed fans with liquid cooling. Oh yeah, I had water in this room at some point. Give me 1 sec. Okay. Got the water. Same as people who are programmers doesn't mean they know how to build a PC or take care of it. I know that I have to clean out the PC itself, like get all the dust and cat and dog hair outside of the PC. And I also know that at some point I'll have to replace the paste on my CPU. I don't know how often you need to do that though. In the last 2 years, I haven't cleaned my PC, which I think that's like the easiest step to take. In terms of CPU paste, I'm not sure. I don't even know how that works. I've never had to do it. Also, hello Unusual, welcome. I take my PC outside with a little blowy Metron I bought on Amazon. I'm too lazy to take my PC outside. I was just thinking of getting the getting the vacuum into my room and just vacuuming away. I did that with my laptop at some point, which I don't have my laptop anymore, but I just took the back side off and I just held the fans and then just used the vacuum. I don't know if you can do the same with a normal PC. I think just getting some cat and dog hair and some dust out of there would already do a lot. Since I used to sleep in the same room as my PC, so I'm guessing there's a lot of dust in there because the dust is basically just a lot of old skin too. And if you are in that room a lot, that means that there's gonna be a lot of dust. You don't need fans with liquid cooling per se. No, the fans are more for exhaust at the moment rather than cooling. What do you mean by exhaust exactly? Mine's kind of loud though, yeah. I envy you. I don't even have liquid cooling. I just have good old fans. Not needed to repaste until 5 to 7 years plus. Okay, I've had this PC for like 1 to 2 years roughly. I think 1.5 years more like it. So I think I still have a lot of time to go. Oh yeah, we talked about the vacuum static. I remember. I think it was in DD's stream, so I have to be careful, I suppose. Yeah. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Oh, the be quiet. Yeah, I think I also have something from Be Quiet. It's been a while. Yeah, I didn't build my PC. I bought it not pre-configured. I changed some stuff on the configuration. So it's not 100% pre-configured. I did put some of my brain power into it, but yeah. It was quiet when I got my liquid cooler, but now it's like 6 years old. I mean, that's a really good lifespan still. Like, your PC holding up for 6 years is not that bad. I'm happy if my PC can hold out like 5 years. Hello, Yaya, welcome! Higurashi time, did you get some good hours of sleep? Yes, I got like 7 to 8 hours, roughly, yeah. Unscratched neck, no extra footsteps behind. No, all good, still all good. No footsteps last night. I was super freaked out for some reason. I don't know, I've talked about this before. The things that make me scared the most, which is why I'm kind of afraid to play, what is it called? Alien Isolation? Is something stalking me, especially something I can't see. You know, there's a presence around you somewhere, but you can't see it and it's stalking you. That is my worst nightmare. The air circulates inside and leaves rather than cooling. Normally you have a certain amount of fans as cooling and the rest as exhaust to circulate the... Okay. I understand what you mean. To get the hair out. The hair? The air out. The heated air. I think that's what I wanted to say, and then I said hair. Every 2 years. Okay, well, I don't know if I want to do that. I'm too lazy. I didn't even clean my PC. Expect me to change a paste, which I haven't done in like ever. I don't even know how it works. If you want very silent fans or liquid cooling, I do have Be Quiet, I'm pretty sure. I don't know what it is. I think one of the fans is not built into the PC properly. because it sounds like it is, due to the movement of the fans, it is vibrating against another component in the PC. Which makes it insanely loud when the fan is running. It's like, it's actually super loud. And now that I've turned it off, my room is almost eerily quiet. It's so quiet. It sounds like a totally different PC. It sounds like there's a vacuum robot running somewhere. I'm surprised you can't hear it on mic when it was on. I guess that it helps that the mic was turned away from the PC. Now it is actually kind of facing towards the PC, which is why I turned it off again. Because I was like, there's no way you can't hear it if I have the mic facing the PC, because it's a condenser mic, so it picks up literally everything. Yeah, we talked about this. Hello, Kame, welcome! Can we get a shout out for Kame, please? That would be very, very lovely. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, I would show off everything. I'm lazy. I am lazy. The two are great for being quiet. It's also surprising how just a poor setup can create turbulence and be a lot louder. Yep. Yeah, maybe I should have built the PC myself. I definitely do want to do that eventually. Maybe you'll get a PC building stream for me in like 5 years if it holds up for that long. But yeah, we'll see about that. We'll see. My PC is, I think, 15 years old, but it's like a ship of pieces where there is no original part, considering we change 1 to 2 pieces a year. That is a lot of time. 15 years is a lot of time. I'm really impressed. But then, like, I guess at some point you won't be able, like, if you use your PC for gaming, I assume that you wouldn't be able to play newer games. Excited for Higurashi Saturday? Me too, me too. Yeah, I think this episode is gonna be very interesting. I mean, shit already went down last episode, last night. So it can only get worse today. Yeah. Yeah, aside from that, what did I do? Yeah, we went to test drive the 2 cars. I think the Corolla is definitely too big. It is very comfortable, like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I can actually stretch out my legs in the passenger seat completely. And if I guess turn the seat back, I can basically lie inside of the car. Lie? Yeah, inside of the car. Which is very comfortable, but it's also extremely unnecessary because, like, if we drive into the city, parking spaces are very small. So I think we have settled on the Yaris. Now it's only about time that we find a place that we can properly buy it from. Yeah. Now we know what model of car we want. Now it's only, yeah, we have to find someone to sell one to us. Cheers for the shout out. How have you been doing? Been doing good. I feel very good today. I was feeling extremely tired when I woke up, even though I slept a good amount of time, but I feel pretty good after eating some food, drinking some water. Actually, I didn't even drink the water that you redeemed. Give me 1 sec. All right. We're getting to my favorite bits of Meakashi. Ooh, okay, so I always assume everyone's favorite bits are where shit goes down, so I look forward to that. We all are waiting for the moment where shit goes down. Yeah, if you keep swapping parts, it can hold up a long amount of time. That's true. But is it the same PC at that point then? You know what I mean? Is it still the same? Also, hello, Blood. Welcome in. How are you? How deep into Shion's spiral are we? We're pretty deep into it. We're pretty deep into it. Yeah. I think today is gonna be interesting. Yeah. shit is gonna go down. I feel it. I feel it. She's already kind of going insane. Technically, is Watanagashi even over? I mean, we already established that things are not the same as in the literal arc Watanagashi, so she might not die, she might not be dead, Takano might not even be dead. So there's a lot of things that are uncertain still. Also, hello Namai, welcome, welcome, how are you? Hello. The moment you swap the motherboard, the PC is a whole new monster. But yeah, is it the same PC then at that point? I feel like at that point it's kind of a different PC, is it not? Yeah, but Watanagashi seems not over. I feel like the day is over, but... I feel like there's some stuff missing. Maybe the day is not over. I feel like a lot of stuff happened on the day of Watanagashi in the arc of Watanagashi, which, are kind of missing in Meakashi. It's not one for one in terms of story. I think they did that so that the readers wouldn't have to read the same stuff again. But I would kind of like to know what actually happened in Watanagashi. I'm guessing that based on what happens in Meakashi, we'll be able to figure that out. But so far, we're only like getting information spoon-fed to us. The high intensity moments are definitely climactic. But I think Xian's thoughts and questions are very interesting. They are. They're definitely very interesting. Even if that only causes more speculation on my part, I feel like it's very interesting to hear her theories. Especially about the footsteps. Her feelings were kind of insane. I really, really wish she would have talked about the figure in the cages that she spoke about in Watanagashi, because that was creepy. That was so creepy. I'm so sad that she didn't mention it. I really thought that we would get that, but we didn't. We didn't get it. I'm a little sad about that. The way the mystery unfolds in the latter half of Meakashi is what I love. Okay. I think we're in the latter, or we're getting to the latter half. I think we finished chapter 9 last night. I don't know how many chapters this has. I guess I could look at how many achievements we have left. I don't think that's too much of a spoiler. Let me see. We have, oh, that's quite a, oh, no, don't spoil me, please. Because the achievements are spoilery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7. One of the achievement names, might have been spoilery, but I don't know what they mean with that. I have an idea of what they could mean, but I don't they might not mean that. Or they might, actually. That would be insane. But I don't remember a scene like that in the anime, so I would assume that it's not what they mean. I won't say it in case it is a spoiler, though. So yeah, we have 7 more to go. So I'm guessing that means 7 more minus the tip one. 6 more chapters. One of them is also the after party if they have one, so 5 more. Xian has a more unique way of thinking and how she processes stuff compared to what I knew, so I'm very curious. I mean, she's very different to Keiichi. I don't remember what perspective we watched the anime from. I'm guessing it's Switch's perspective. There's no real protagonist. I'm not sure. I think Keiichi was also kind of the protag, but also not really. I really don't remember. That is what happens when you watch an anime like 13 years old. You forget. But I think that is everything I wanted to talk about. I think. I really want to commission some art for this particular outfit that I'm wearing right now. I have to scour through my scab list. I already know that I want to commission Pon, who also recently did some art for Tsaro. Austin had actually commissioned something very nice for me from Pon already, and I really love their art style, and their art keeps popping up on my timeline now. And they seem very, very sweet. So I might have to commission them for another piece, even though I haven't even posted the first one because the posting stuff is too much work for my lazy ass. Yeah, I might commission Pawn for another drawing of this outfit in particular. I'm guessing the art style will change based on what my model looks like, so I'm excited to see what this model will look like in their art style. I think they try to replicate the model style quite nicely. You won't get new stuff. We won't get new models is what I said, okay? We won't get new models is what I said. We'll only update models. I didn't say we won't get more art. I also didn't say that we won't get more like backgrounds and stuff or more assets and stuff. Yeah, I did not say that, okay? Art is addictive. It is. Love Pawn art. I might have to get another myself. It's really, really good. Since we're talking about them, I guess, oh god, I don't know if I can whip up their page as fast as I would like to. Let me see. Didn't I repost Sarah's post? Let me see. Yeah, I think they're also working on getting a VGen, so if anyone isn't able to commission them via Skeb but wants to, they're working on opening up a VGen account too, so you should definitely check out Pawn. Check out the art they made of Tsaro and also of me. I think those are very beautiful ones. All of their art pieces are beautiful, but I don't know who the other people are. You might even recognize them, so it's definitely worth checking them out regardless. I think that is it though. Yeah, I think I have nothing else to talk about. The day was filled with waiting at the car dealership because they were understaffed, severely understaffed. And yeah, we had to wait for like an hour for us to be able to drive for like a solid 15 minutes. But yeah, we definitely fell in love with the Yaris. So that's probably one that we'll go for. Anyway, without further yapping, let me open up the game. Open that. And let me go to this. Oh god, it's opening on the wrong monitor. Wait, I have to close the game again. Don't start the singing. Hold on. Yeah, because I switched my monitors around. Of course, I will have to... Am I so far off to the side? I have to set this as my main display. And then I can start it. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to look to the right for the entire stream, which I don't want to do. Let's do that. Where did my chat window go? Enjoy the music while I look for my chat window. I like how the final shard in that opening shows Rika and Satoko. Something about that is calling out to me. This song is such a bob. I've been listening to it today, as you should. It is such a good song. Yeah, I added the Higurashi intros to my YouTube music playlist. Yeah, I also found two new songs on accident today. Let me see. Which ones were they? Okay, this one was really good. This is very much my music taste. This has nothing to do with Higurashi. Um, definitely check out the Higurashi openings. Yeah, even the anime ones are absolutely bangers. But this is a song that I found today randomly, and holy moly, is it good! It's very pocket mirror core, and I love it. Yeah, why wouldn't I? I love pocket mirror. I have no idea where that song is from, or if it's just a song that exists, but it's very nice. And then there was also this, which has Kanako Ito sing in it. Isn't this? I wonder. I've heard this song before, and I could swear I have heard it in Steins Gate before. I wonder if that is one of the Steins Gate intros. I'm not sure. Also, hello, Rising. Welcome, welcome. Contact them on Monday. Okay, it arrived at the place, which is good. That is good. But yeah, you should listen to those two songs. I'm so sure that the second one is a Steins Gate opening. I have heard the song before. Yeah, it so is. It is the Steins Gate opening. I don't know which one it is. The second one from Steins Gate, it might be. It's not the first one, I know that. It's really good, actually. It's so good. I mean, it's Kanako Ito. What do we expect? It's bound to be a banger. I kind of want to rewatch Steins Gate. Me too. Although I've just recently watched it. I watched it with Rising because he didn't know Steins Gate yet. So I was like, we have to watch it. It's one of my favorite anime. It's so good. I know there's some critics that don't like it. I think it's overrated, but who cares? I like it. Anyway, Kanako Ito is fantastic. Game time, huh? Oh yeah, we still have a couple of tips to read. We didn't read them last night. So let's do that. Oh, dear you. Every time I hear this, I want to cry. It's so good. Steins Gate is great. Don't care what the critics say. Yes. I still have to finish the VN. Oh god, it's gonna take me forever. The remake is coming out this year. I'm not gonna be done by the time it comes out. Solo leveling is also getting stupid good. Oh god, I read Solo Leveling, the manga? Or is it manhwa? I'm not sure. I read it when it was first released. And I really liked it. And I got to the point where there were no more volumes or chapters, and so I stopped reading it. And then they announced the anime, and now it's very hyped. I don't know. I have issues with watching stuff that is hyped because I don't know, maybe that's my inner rebel. I can't play anything that is super hyped. There's some exceptions, like we played Silent Hill 2 when it was new and hyped. Yeah, there's some exceptions to the rule, but for some reason when it comes to anime specifically, I will not watch stuff if it's too new. And if a lot of people like it, I watched My Hero Academia, and I actually thought the first season was okay-ish, and then it was super hyped, and then I couldn't watch it anymore. It suddenly got bad because it was hyped. It is weird. I don't feel that way about Attack on Titan or Steins Gate though. I still like those equally as much. It just depends, I suppose. My brain is does not make sense sometimes. In your VN era, I mean, I used to play VNs when I was really young. I don't remember any of the names of them. I used to play them quite regularly. And games that have a lot of VN elements but are not visual novels, like Danganronpa, for example, is mostly just reading and reading. We could also say 13 Sentinels has VN elements with you just basically reading the entire time, running around a bit, and, you know, if you don't look at the strategy gameplay... Yeah, I guess I am in my VN era. I love VNs. The game is doo-doo. I didn't even know there was a game. I was just looking forward to solo leveling. Same as the Noblesse manhwa when it became an anime. So it was not disappointing. Maybe I should watch solo leveling. I enjoyed the manhwa when it came out. I think I binge read that actually. It took me a couple of days and I caught up with all the volumes that were out. I think that, oh god, that's been a couple of years since then. I think I read it in like 2019. I don't know how far it was back then. Oh god, that's already 6 years ago. Oh no. Yeah, I read it 6 years ago. Solo leveling does take a bit to pick up. I actually like the manhwa right from the beginning, but yeah, it's been a while. Maybe I should pick it back up. Yeah, if you hear my stomach rumbling, I am sorry. I did eat food, but for some reason, I am still hungry. My stomach today is weird. Well, we start with the lovely basement. I think this is the Sonozaki basement entrance, or this is the, or maybe it's not. Or is it? Underground torture room. That is the Sonozaki basement, right? I think so. Go eat. I did eat. I ate some nice sausages. I also finished my breakfast when I came back from the car dealership. God, I was sitting on top of my leg and now my leg feels asleep. Feels like blood is not flowing properly. The tale of my life. Eat, still be hungry, eat again, repeat. Yup, I feel you. Maybe I'll get a snack during the next ad break. Okay. But for that, we have to deserve that ad break by reading the actual game. Yeah, let's get to it. That underground torture room is officially called the Underground Ritual Storehouse. So, do torture room and ritual storehouse mean the same thing? According to Takano-san's theory, bloody rituals, including Watanagashi, have been passed down among the three families even after the Meiji era. The rituals are always ready to be performed. Their form of worship always revolved around torture, so Hinamizawa's history involved a great deal of human slaughter. I mean, torture doesn't always equal death, but go on. That is a lovely start to today's stream, yeah. Takano-san's theory is correct. The underground storehouse at the Sonozaki house looked well maintained. Takano-san is right about that too. Compared to the ritual storehouse, I think it was more well maintained, but they're are also Yakuza, so I guess they get to use the torture room a little bit more. This is the one you sneak into beginning chapter 2, right? Not beginning. Wasn't it the end? I don't think we sneak into a basement. Yeah, in the end of chapter 2, we don't sneak into it, so to say. Or do you mean the ritual storehouse? Yeah, the ritual storehouse that they were talking about, yeah, that one you sneak into in chapter 2. And then the basement is the one that you go into with Mion at the end of chapter 2. Since the Sonozaki family and the Furuta family both have ritual storehouses, the Kimiyoshi family must have one too. After all, these ancient and brutal customs are still handed down through the generations. I should remain armed with the knowledge that occult events are still secretly being performed in this cursed village. I mean, is it secretly really? Is it secretly really if you know, these murders keep happening every single year? Not really. Now that was a short one. I'm guessing these higher notebook. Wow, we're already wait. We're already 170s. That was quite a jump, but I guess 1 year did pass. The sanctity of the ritual storehouse is one of the most prominent elements in the worship of Oyashiro-sama. Of course, I knew that since I'm originally from Hinamizawa, but violating that sanctity is actually a more serious problem than I thought. Takano-san's research shows that the history of the ritual storehouse goes way back. The ritual implements within have long been viewed as inviolable objects, which is why it was strictly forbidden to enter. What does inviolable mean? Hold on. Inviolable. Never to be broken, infringed, or dishonored. Okay. Takano-san's theory says that Watanagashi was once a public execution performed to stabilize the reign of the three families rather than a purely religious ritual. If so, the ritual should hardly be called sacred. Under those circumstances, the implements should have been despised as symbols of hatred and fear. I guess that is correct. Oh my god, is this gonna turn into a political debate? Because what she's saying basically right now is that they're trying to hold the power over Hinamizawa and the surrounding areas using religion as a disguise, which, yeah, that's strangely similar to how our actual world works. Oh my god. Especially like countries where religion plays a huge role and like areas where religion plays a huge role. Religion will sometimes be used as a guise to build up more and more power and have more influence over the areas. So this is lovely. I didn't even consider that. Well, maybe I should write it down. I will forget otherwise. I didn't even begin to think about something like that. That it could just be used as a as an explanation for why these things are happening, and also to, like, for example, people are more likely to follow your guidance if they think a deity is behind all of this. If it's all just a power play from just random people, people are more likely to protest and go against that. But if people think there's something ominous, sacred going on, then people are more likely to follow without questioning anything because they are afraid. I hate to tell you, this game has always been kind of political. It has been, I know, but I seem to keep forgetting about it. I don't know, sometimes I feel like this game makes me forget that this is all just very political, especially chapter 2 was a very political one, wasn't it? Compared to all the other ones, chapter 2, and I guess chapter 4 was also rather political. Of course, that one had the whole damn protest and everything in its focus. So yeah, I feel like chapter 2 and chapter 4 were the most political so far. Okay, let me write this down. Just so I don't forget again. Wait, what did she say exactly? Oops. I mean, it's just a theory. It's just Takano-san's theory, of course, but I feel like she's rarely wrong about the things that she theorizes about. So, Takano theorizes that the implements and I guess the customs of the Watanagashi festival are performed to, what did she say? Stabilize the reign of 3 families rather than purely religious. Chapter 7 is probably the most political in my opinion, has my favorite track in the game too. I look forward to that then. So far the political ones have actually been my favorite ones. I really liked chapter 2 and 4 particularly, so I think I will also enjoy chapter 7 then. When instruments of fear are too visible, it only creates a reign of terror. But keep them as hidden as possible and they gain divinity. Especially if you hide them in places that are, you know, known for being sacred places like a shrine or a ritual storehouse. Yeah, that is obviously something that you wouldn't want to break the taboo for. Many said they would become tainted if the laymen touched them. The only reason for that was to preserve their false prestige through secrecy, since they would lose their sanctity if revealed before the common folk. In other words, the true identity of the ritual storehouse's sacredness was fear. That was the true emotion ruling over this village. Wow, that is a really good way to put that. I can't phrase that better. I will take a screenshot. That is actually really interesting. I love seeing this from Xian's perspective because she has so much more insight on this compared to Keiichi and or me. Thank you, Xian. Oh, this is very intense. This is a very Corpse Party-esque soundtrack. The reason why Takano-san and Tomitaka-san were cursed is because they broke into the ritual storehouse. I don't know how the villagers found out about it. Maybe somebody was watching. Yeah, didn't Oishi say he saw them? And Oishi also being called Oyashiro-sama's servant is kind of odd, but then why would he play into the hands of crazy villagers? I don't know. Maybe someone else saw them. Maybe there was an anti-theft alarm. Either way, our intrusion must have been reported to the highest level of the curse system. That's because considering the distance between the village and the site where Takano's body was found, which was up in the mountains, I think? She must have been killed right after we came out of the ritual storehouse. Or, haha, she was dead before? Keiichi's a bit of an idiot, unlike Xian and Akasaka. True. Very true. I mean, to be fair, he is a teenage boy, so I'm not surprised. Xian is a teenage girl, but for some reason she seems smarter. It was done very quickly. It's possible that a special assassination team exists for this purpose, or that the plan had been set up a long time ago. They might have been secret agents of the Sonozaki family, but the latter sounds more valid. But if so, who would have been the victim if nobody broke into the ritual storehouse? I mean, it seems like they planned it out. They even switched out the lock. Wasn't it Mayor Kimiyoshi and Rika together who decided that they would switch out the lock? So it is very possible that this was just planned ahead. I mean, they did say that it felt like everything was planned out for them to be able to break into the storehouse. Shion had a rough upbringing, seems like she was forced to grow up early. Yes, that too. While, I mean, not like Keiichi had the easiest time growing up with like no friends or anyone to really look up to. But definitely did not have it as rough as Shion for sure. He was able to live his own life with a family that seems to treat him well. But okay, chapter 10 it is. Give me one sec. Yeah, next chapter time. Keiichi didn't have to go to private Catholic school. I assume this is what Shion went to since I did as well. I think that's what she did go to, yep. I think that's exactly what it was. My relatives gathered at the Sonozaki house after the festival to have a little party. Whoa, why is this so creepy from the inside? Holy moly. I mingled with my uncles and had fun. I was trying to get rid of my eerie memories of the ritual storehouse. Why does she look like this? Why are her eyes like that? Maybe she just has weird eyes in that specific sprite. I don't remember her having these kinds of eyes. Maybe we just didn't get this sprite. Private all-girls school? Yep. I think Catholic schools are usually divided by gender, no? Mian was acting as the successor, so I tried to stay away from her. I'm sure she would feel weird if I talked to her in a formal way. In consideration of the hag's old age, we ended the party around 11 p.m. I mean, she could leave early. We all helped clean up, with the woman washing the dishes in the kitchen, and the men folding the tables and putting them away in the storeroom. It only took about 30 minutes, then everyone left, one after another. By then, Mian was no longer acting as the Sonozaki successor and was back to being her normal self. She looks cute! Not explicitly Catholic, but it is called Saint Lucia. Yeah, it doesn't have to be Catholic, yeah, but definitely a religious school. To become successor Mian. True. Yeah, that's true. She does become a totally different person. The Catholic school I went to became co-ed a couple years before I joined. Interesting. That is something I did not know, that there were even schools like that, like religious schools. That is pretty nice. Yay. We got some... I was gonna say character development. Religion development? Religious school development? That's good. Maybe I overexerted a little. I was lying on the tatami floor. Kasai asked me if I could get in the car. So I told him I'd rather not move anymore. Sis, can I spend the night here? I just want to sleep. Why can I not sleep in here? What is she gonna do? Make me pull out another fingernail for sleeping on the tatami mats? Plot thickens. Oh yes. Granny will get mad if she finds you.
それよりシオン、明日は学校じゃないの？
By the way, don't you have school tomorrow, Shion?
明日は開校記念日だからいいの。
No, tomorrow is our school's anniversary, so there is no class.
あんたの学校、開校記念日って年に何回あるわけ？
How many times a year does your school have its anniversary? I love that expression. I mean, that one's pretty good too. I like it. It's very nice, but... yeah, I don't think we have to talk about this one. I will let it speak by itself. I don't know why, but I'm really loving the OG art style. I can understand why people play with this. I have gotten used to it, and I like it. Fuck Oreo. Fuck her. I mean, she does die this year, doesn't she? Or she did in Watanagashi anyway. The OG expression is best. It is. It is kind of.
まあ、いっか。
Oh, well.
じゃあ、笠井さん。
Okay, Kasai-san.
シオンは今夜はうちで預かります。
You can stay here tonight.
わかりました。
Understood.
ではよろしくお願いいたします。
Good night. He's also the best looking dude in the OG art style because he actually has normal body proportions. Kind of. His torso is very long compared to Mion, but you know, aside from that, he has relatively normal proportions. And he has that sick ass tie.
ほら、シオン、起きて。ここで寝てるとバッチャに怒られるって。
Oh god, what did I do? I pressed something in OBS I did not mean to press. Can I do that? Yeah, okay, there we go. Fixed. I can't take their bodies or full sprites seriously, but the face expressions as plus content. I do like the art style. I'm not gonna lie, I have gotten used to Rikishi's art style, and I do actually really like it. I was considering getting a model in this kind of art style, but we have already talked about this. No new models, so I will refrain. Maybe someday. Come on, Xian, wake up. Granny will get really mad if you fall asleep here.
ほら、肩を貸すから奥に行こう。
Here, hold on to me.
私の布団貸してあげるから。
You can sleep in my room.
ありりー。おねー。
Sis. My alter ego told me that I'm in a demon's stomach. If I wouldn't have woken up if I hadn't heard that voice. But when I stop, he always walks one extra step. I might not have woken up at all. Huh? What? Explain? No new model? How about one new model as a tree? One more? One more? No. I gotta take a break. Guys, money doesn't grow on trees. I've spent too much on models in the past 6 months. It is good enough for now. 1 year anniversary from Spooky in 6 months. Surprise, guys, new model. You'll get a new outfit for this model. Isn't that enough? Isn't that enough? Is that not enough? I didn't remember much after that. I was probably brought to Mion's room and immediately crawled into the futon. After a while, Mion got her futon ready next to me, turned the lights off, and went to sleep. At least that's what I thought. I got up and turned the lights on. Mion's futon was empty. The futon felt cold. Mion must have left a little while ago. Did she go to the bathroom? No, the closest bathroom was right there down the hallway. Maybe, you know, she ate something. She ate something not so great. We're an ever-hungering chat. Wow. You can't even go 24 hours without a new model? Insane. Crazy. The light in the bathroom was off. Where did she go? The ticking of the clock was loud and annoying annoying in the silence. The hands pointed to a little before 3 a.m. I was left alone all of a sudden in this late night. I felt the eeriness of the ritual storehouse coming back to me after almost managing to forget it in the ruckus earlier. I tried to sense my surroundings. In this house, there shouldn't be an eerie atmosphere, strange noises, or footsteps. Oh, don't look into the hallway. That is creepy enough in this room. More of a betting game. How long can Spooky resist getting a new model? Wow! Rude! I can resist. Bug champ model. Yeah, you'll have to bring that up with Austin. Maybe Austin wants to make me a bug champ model and rig that all by himself. Yeah, definitely. I stepped out into the freezing cold hallway to look for Mion. When I did, I immediately noticed light coming from one of the nearby rooms. That room belonged to the hag. The hag went to sleep early and woke up early. She was very strict about her bedtime. So, it was strange to see her light on in the middle of the night. I could hear voices too. Those voices belonged to the hag and Mion. I creeped up to the room and listened to their conversation. Since it was the middle of the night, I could hear their voices, their words very clearly. I bet one day, I sure hope so. Hello, Draculi. Welcome in. How are you? Thank you for... Yeah, it was you stealing my glasses. I like how Xian is a dedicated hater. I mean, you would be too if this was your granny, you know? Can't a girl have hobbies hating? You know, she's already daydreaming, writing fanfics in her head. She can have one more hobby, right? It's not like she has too much going on. But, you know. Oh no, she's talking about us. Those young ones went too far. Oh, the voice. Oh my god. You're right. I have to say it with this expression. I don't know if I can sound this pissed off, but I will try. They made Oyashiro-sama angry, so I guess they got what they deserved. Oh wait, are they talking about Takano and Tomitake? I guess in the eyes of Granny they would be young. Mion's voice sounded as cold as the one I'd heard down in the torture room. I held my breath. The police say they are investigating, but are you sure? I guess. Oh no! It's probably Takano-san. My heart almost stopped. Oyashiro-sama got angry. The police are investigating. It's probably Takano-san. And what day was it today? Those words told me that something was happening. My teeth started to chatter. I desperately tried to stop them. I mean, what a day to break into the ritual storehouse hall. What a day. Xian is a hater, but Xian sure has some interesting things going on in her mind. Sure. Does Mia know that the elders are using Oyashiro-sama for their own gains? I'm guessing no. Mion is kind of hard to gauge for me. I'm not entirely sure what to think of her and her position in the Sonozaki family. I feel like she knows more than she's letting on. I don't want to speak too badly of my favorite girly, but I do feel like she knows more than she's letting on. Looking up their ages, it says they are in their 30s? I guess they could be considered young ones at that point still, yeah. I actually would have guessed Takano was somewhere in her late 20s, but I guess that kind of makes sense. Tomitake does look like a 30s kind of guy. I felt like my body was swelling up suddenly. I could no longer hear as well. Calm down, breathe. Listen more carefully. According to Mion and the hag's conversation, another incident definitely took place. The victims were Takano-san and Tomitake-san. From what I could tell, both Mion and the hag thought it made sense that whatever it was happened to them. No. I needed to think more calmly. They did say they deserved it for making Oyashiro-sama angry. Did they say Takano-san and Tomitake-san made Oyashiro-sama angry? How did they make Oyashiro-sama angry? They knew. My body started to shake. They knew we snuck into the ritual storehouse. Then that would mean Keiichi and I were also subject to Oyashiro-sama's curse? I mean, you don't know for sure. I can't imagine Oyashiro-sama being happy about the fact that you broke into the storehouse, but that might not be the reason why he would be angry, if you know what I mean. If you're as old as Granny Sonozaki, everyone can be a young one. True. I feel like she would even describe Oishi as a young one. I'm feeling my age suddenly. Not a hag, Oreo. Damn, not a hag. How dare she? Oh, this is a different phone ringing than from Keiichi's house, so I'm okay with this one. Suddenly, a phone rang. The phone was by the front door. The front door was opposite the hag's room, farther down the hall. The ringing echoed throughout the long hallway. It sounded so eerie, almost like it was coming from hell. Damn. No. Why are we constantly feeling people behind us this chapter? Can we not? Oreo and Mayan and Shion and Raika and Reina. That's actually her name. How can we butcher her name? Reina. And then who else do we have? Satoko. Owaishi, Iria, Takeno, and Tomitake. Yeah, we have my favorite characters in here. Who else do we have? Tatoshi, Keiichi. I prefer the way that I am saying them right now. Doesn't that sound so much better? Who's stalking Spooky? How spooky? Oh, how spooky indeed. Keiichi! That's not K, it's Kiichi. Kiichi. Oh, that is horrible. Stop. Stop. Okay. Back to serious business. That was when I felt someone behind me. Of course, there was nobody there when I turned around, but there was someone there a moment ago. I didn't know if it was Satoshi-kun. I didn't sense any emotions, so I couldn't tell. I also didn't know how long it had been there. It was as if that somebody was watching me listen in on their conversation. That was the feeling I got. It couldn't be Satoshi-kun. That is creepy. Why would they watch me listening in? I feel like they could also be the ones listening in. Fishing is serious business. Agreed. Also, thank you for the hydrate. I will do that. Also, thank you for the stretch and for the glasses. Since we have an ad break coming up in a minute anyway, let me start it right now and I will do all of those things and also get more water because I am already running out because I didn't fill it up before I started the stream. So, take a break if you need to. Go fish or something. And, I don't know, I won't leave you with the phone ringing because I think that'll drive you insane. So I will go into be right back. And, yeah. Be right back. Hello, I'm back. I hope you did something. Yeah, I hope you had some tea or polished your shoes. I am back. Junk my fave. What did I get? Wow, I don't think I've gotten something over 100 gold. Even over 50 is rare for me. I don't know how people get these super rare catches. Actually, let me see. You know what we can do? We can bring up this thing, the leaderboard. I think it'll switch to catches. Yeah. The 1070 gold. Oh, yeah, these are all kind of insane. See how my name is nowhere on that list because I haven't gotten anything expensive. No, wait, my name is there at the very bottom. It was there. Hey, one day we will make it big and get some cash. I sure hope so. Anyway, let's pick up the phone maybe so I can not feel crazy anymore. Welcome back, thank you. Welcome back to you too, and enjoy your tea. Satoshi-kun would never be that intimidating or scary. My mind turned all red like it was suffused with blood. Have you experienced anything like that? Ah, there we go. We were wondering when she was gonna remember Rena's words about this. Those footsteps always followed me. They even came to my bedside. And looked down at me. I remember what Rena Ryugu had said on that rainy day. You'll be okay if that's true. Oyashiro-sama won't get mad at you. If Oyashiro-sama wasn't angry, nobody would follow me. So what did this mean? Ever since we snuck into the shrine storage, something has been following me? What is it? I mean, even before something had followed you. I think this was because she likes Hinamizawa or something. I think that's when Rena said this. This isn't related to the first part, I think. Shall not compare everything to Satoshi challenge failed. Calm down, calm down. That's right, Rena wasn't talking about me. He was talking about Satoshi-kun. That's what happened to Satoshi-kun.
Satoshi-kunが体験していることはすべてお社様のたたりの前触れなの。
Everything he's going through is a sign of Oyashiro-sama's curse. That's right. That's why he encountered the curse of Oyashiro-sama.
誰かが遠くからじっと伺っている。
It feels someone is watching from a distance.
誰かがずっとつけてくる。
And it follows you. A creepy feeling crawled up and spread across my back.
誰かがいつも自分のすぐ後ろから見て。
Then it watches from right behind you.
やがて足音は常に自分とずれて一つ余計に聞こえるようになるの。
Damn, we've been... we are in the advanced stages of the curse already, and we didn't even notice until we started hearing the footsteps. We only started noticing when the footsteps started to appear, so damn, we're deep into this. Then it watches from right behind you. After that, you start hearing an extra footstep. I swallowed loudly. It's almost as though Rena Ryugu was predicting what would happen to me. Had Rena been talking about Satoshi-kun back then? Or had she actually been talking about me?
やがて後ろのそれは自分の家の中にまでついてくるようになる。
We did hear footsteps inside our house. You start hearing it even inside your house after a while.
そしてお布団に入って明かりを消しても
Stop!
ずっと枕元から見下ろしてるの。
Then Yashiro-sama keeps watching you even when you're sleeping in the dark. Yeah, I like how she was, it watches from right behind you and stuff like that. And suddenly she's like, oh, it's actually Oyashiro-sama watching you.
ただただ黙って
Right by your side,
じーっと
waiting silently. I knew by now that there was no mistake. No matter how I looked at it, she had been talking about me. Yes, me. It had been about me. The curse of Oyashiro-sama. What is the curse of Oyashiro-sama? I don't like that the music cuts out like this. I hope it's a false alarm. Maybe it's Mion. Rena is a true believer in the curse. Truly. I like that. Just because of Xian's, you know, nature, she thinks that Rena was talking about her when Rena was really just talking about the curse in general. And Xian is just highly relating to what she said about the curse. That was when I actually felt something for real. Please be Mion. Someone grabbed my collar. No voice came out. I wanted to scream, but all I could do was to open and close my mouth as if something was stuck in my throat. Holy moly, hello sis! Those eyes are creepy! Those eyes are creepy! Those are not creepy. Those are weird. Those are creepy. Those are creepy. But somehow, yeah, Ryukishi just strikes again. These are the same kind of eyes that Takano has, by the by. It was Mion. She looked even colder than how she looked in the underground torture room. It only made sense that she'd come out into the hallway to answer the phone. I tried to come up with an excuse. However, the way Mion looked at me was so cold. Even if I really had run into her by accident, I could tell by the look in her eyes that she wouldn't believe me. I felt cold sweat all over my body. I couldn't even move my fingers.
ごめん
Sorry. I apologized. I could have said something to get myself out of the situation, but the apology came out first. But Mian didn't appear to hear me. She walked to the front door, still holding my collar. The phone was still ringing. A normal person doesn't usually let a phone ring so long at this time of night. The phone call itself didn't seem real to me. Mion picked up the phone.
ミオンです。
This is Mion.
そうですか。
I see.
わかりました。
I understand.
そちらの対応はよろしくお願いします。
Please take care of things at your end.
それから一切の口封じをよろしくお願いします。
Also, please make sure that nobody talks about this.
ええ、
Yes.
では。
Goodbye. Mion put down the phone after a short conversation. What did she mean, make sure nobody talks about this? Who called anyway? Oh, we made her angry. Mion put her forehead to mine and spoke to me. Whoa!
聞いてた？
We get the choke out scene. This is the scene from the intro. I mean, it was about high time Shion also gets choked out. You know, we got to choke out Mion. So now it is time for the other way around too. Every twin gets their share of choking the other one out. Did you hear? Which conversation was she asking me about? Well, she had to have been talking about the one with the hag. If I said yes, what would happen to me?
知るあ何のことかわかんない
I don't know what you're talking about. Mian pulled my collar, pressed her nose on mine, and continued to speak.
聞こえた通りです。
Just what you heard.
富武さんと高野さんがお社様のたたりに遭われました。
The curse of Oyashiro-sama fell upon Tomitake-san and Takano-san.
本当にお気の毒なことです。
It's really very unfortunate. She sounds so sarcastic. Everyone gets their fair share of death, for sure. But not death in this case, just, you know, joking. It was like I was talking to myself in a mirror. But what I was saying in the mirror was ever so cold.
おねお社様のたたりって何です？
Sis, what is the curse of Oyashiro-sama?
富武さんは自らの手で喉をかきむしってお亡くなりになりました。
Lovely. Tomitake-san killed himself by clawing out his throat. I don't like that. It makes me feel weird in my throat area.
高野さんは遠くの山奥でドラム缶に詰められて焼き殺されたそうで、
Takano-san was burned to death in an oil drum.
実にお気の毒です。
Terrible, isn't it? Tomitake-san clawed at his own throat until he died? What? Takano-san was burned to death in an oil drum? What? What? I felt something furry crawl up my spine. I also felt like my stomach was turning upside down. I didn't feel any strength left in my legs. If Mian let go of my collar, I'd probably collapse on the spot.
なんでそんな死に方したのかな？
But why did they die that way?
わかりませんか？
Don't
シオ
you
ン。
know, Xian? I keep touching my neck and throat every time. No, I can't even touch it. I can just feel very uncomfortable. Okay, but like guessing from the conversation Mian had with Granny, it didn't seem like they were involved in it. I'm asking you because I don't know.
わかんないよ。
I don't know.
理由なんて一つしかないじゃないですか。
Don't you see? There can only be one reason. Please don't talk as if I already know the answer.
何の理由かな？
What do you mean? My heart was pounding. I felt that my next breath would be so bloody and hot that I'd choke on it.
そんなこともわかんないのですか？
Don't you know? Oh, the bells. It's so over. It's because they made Oyashiro-sama angry. The first year, it was the manager of the dam construction site. The second year, it was the traders of the village. The third year, it was the pacifist. The fourth year, it was the relatives of the traders. I mean, at that point, might as well just get a... what would you say? Not relatives. What is the lesser version of that? I was gonna make a joke. Never mind. It doesn't. I've ruined it. Wait, what? People that you know, but you don't know them very well. I forgot the word for that. I know the German word, but I can't think of the English one. I'm hearing that the store cashier of the traders will be targeted next year. Yes. Oh my god, yes, acquaintances. Acquaintances. Exactly. You got exactly what I meant to say. Yeah, the store cashier that the traders were buying stuff from. I cannot English today. I'm sorry. Why do I work better on 2 hours of sleep? Maybe I should sleep 2 hours every day. Anyway, moving on from my inability to speak English. I'd always thought the victims were people who had something to do with the dam conflict. Since I didn't do anything against the village during the dam conflict, I assumed I was safe. I should have known. I should have known everything would be the curse of Oyashiro-sama. I knew Oyashiro-sama's anger was the curse of Oyashiro-sama. I knew Oyashiro-sama would get angry if I snuck into the ritual storehouse. But since I wasn't held responsible in any way for the dam conflict, I never thought I would be a victim of the curse. Did I ever think there would be an incident in the 5th year? Did I ever think that I'd be the victim of that 5th year incident? I mean, understandable. If there is a pattern, or if there has been a pattern for the last 4 years, I guess you wouldn't expect that pattern to suddenly change. But I feel like, guessing from what Rena said about the curse, you could have assumed that it doesn't really matter what you are, who you are, as long as you somehow upset Oyashiro-sama. English very hard though. Yeah, exactly. Maybe I should just have my streams in German every now and then, just to throw you off too. Yeah, he does not care. He will get angry if you disrespect him, I suppose. Tomitaka-san snuck into the storehouse and he clawed at his own throat until he died. Takano-san was burned to death in an oil drum. It must be a lie. It couldn't be true. Even if it was forbidden, it was just a space for storing some old torture implements. How could they be killed for just sneaking in there? Especially in some gruesome ways. But I thought about it again and realized that those people were absolutely capable of doing things like that. I mean, we associated with someone that they did not like and we had to pull out 3 fingernails. I guess we also broke out of school, but that I feel like was besides the point at that moment in time. The main Sonozaki family was capable of it. The Sonozaki family had been pulling the strings behind the scenes. The series of mysterious deaths, they could do it. The Sonozaki family even kidnapped the grandson of the Minister of Construction during the dam conflict. They could do it. The Sonozaki family made Satoshi-kun disappear completely. They could do it. What? What? Wait, this is the messed up music again. Mian leaned against me before falling onto the cold hallway floor? She collapsed rather violently. I usually didn't go to sleep with my stun- Oh! Oh my god! She used her stun gun on Mian! Oh my. But since I was too tired and sleepy to get ready for bed, I still had it on me. Oh, the demon broke out. Oh my god. I had my stun gun on me. I finally understood. I didn't know who killed them exactly, whose idea it was or who ordered it. I didn't even know who was actually involved. That Mian and the hag knew everything. Satoshi-kun, now I finally know. Now I know what I need to do. I will settle the score for you, Satoshi-kun. I will avenge you, Satoshi-kun. I won't be killed like you, Satoshi-kun. I walked into the hag's room. Oh, wait, what is going on? Are we just gonna stun gun and kill everyone? She's fully paranoid. I don't know if I agree with her theory. I mean, she's experiencing high paranoia, isn't she? This is kind of similar to what Keiichi was feeling in chapter 1 before he also went a little cuckoo crazy. I feel like it's just heightened paranoia. And fear? Heightened fear and paranoia? I guess this is what happens in Watanagashi? It is, I suppose. I mean, she didn't say that the whole Oyashiro-sama's curse thing and stuff was to induce fear in the people of Hinamizawa, so I guess they have driven her to be so afraid that she would do stuff like this. She was sitting up to take some medicine. Her back was turned to me. Mian and I are twins. If I acted like her, the hag would notice the difference. I didn't think she'd ever suspected me. I put my stun gun to her neck and pulled the trigger. Just zapped her. I heard an indescribable electrical sound and the hag's lights went out. She fell in a twisted position. I didn't know how long it would take a person to regain their freedom of movement after getting knocked out with a stun gun. So I had to restrain them before they woke back up. This is so messed up. This is so messed up. I didn't think we would actually witness her do all of this. This also would anger Oyashiro-sama since you were taking action without his permission. I wonder. I feel like part of the curse is you kind of getting to a point of paranoia and fear so much so that you start to do stuff like this. And if it wasn't what he or what Oyashiro-sama would wish for, why would he induce such a state which could lead to something like this? You know what I mean? Hello, Kato. Welcome in. How are you? We're doing good. Yes, we look different today. So, I had to restrain them before they woke back up. I was unbelievably calm. The key to the underground torture room was in the forbidden drawer that only the head of the family can access. Mian had told me about this once. Like, Mian is even willing to tell us about stuff like this. Why would she lie to us about knowing what happened to Satoshi? Okay, this soundtrack is a little insane. I never looked for the drawer before, but I found it exactly where I thought it would be. The key was on a keychain with several of its sisters. Each key had a little plaque on it that said what it was used for. They were all in Mian's handwriting. She was an idiot for being so conscientious, but it sure helped me out. I put the keychain in my pocket and headed to the outdoor storeroom to find a cart. I found a large flashlight there as well. There was a strap on the flashlight so I could put it on my shoulder. That way, I'd have both hands free to carry Mian and the hag. You're gonna carry them? I mean, it depends on how far the torture room is, I guess. But that is, carrying two people? I feel like the hag would be easy. She seems like she is smaller and also, due to her age, a lot lighter than Mian. But Mian herself, you're gonna carry her? She's like your body weight, exactly, almost. The induced state seems more so they are going beyond what the cursed state is supposed to be. Yashiro-sama will take action by controlling other people, maybe? Maybe. I mean, it seems like it affects multiple people each chapter, so it's not too far-fetched. Put them on a cart? Where are we gonna get a cart? Also, thank you for the stretch. I will do that. Can't believe you deleted the torture. Oh, I forgot to put it back. I forgot to turn it back on. I'm sorry. Yeah, let me turn it back on. Channel points. I have turned it back on. Also, thank you for the hydrate. That is what Xian said, no? She is looking for a cart in the storeroom? What? Did she? Am I... I thought she was looking for... the key to the basement. To find a car. There it is. Okay, I guess I must have skipped that mentally. I loaded Mian and then our grandmother onto the cart and carried them to this underground torture room. I was prepared to use the stun gun again if they woke up while I was working. But it was more powerful than I imagined, and the hag showed no signs of waking. This was the stun gun Kasai specially ordered for me when I told him I wanted a powerful one. Madame, what if she's dead? I remembered him telling me that it was an illegally modified stun gun and that I should never use it just for fun. I mean, yeah, you don't stun gun your family for fun, I suppose. I used my flashlight to find the light switch. I found it easily and turned it on. So, this is basically confirmation that Shion is the one that kills everyone in Watanagashi. Because, I mean, look at her. She's stun gunning people left and right. People who have died in Watanagashi. So, yeah, I assume this is her doing. I'm very sure of it, almost. That's not how they actually work. Well, I have no idea. I have never used one. All the lights went on in the basement. Although there was now illumination, it was very dim. I have to actually lower the volume for the music. It's so loud. I moved quickly so as to finish what I needed to do before they woke up. I decided to put Mion in a cell room beyond the torture room. That's just where Shion was. I guess, you know, we're in need of a light. So let me take mine out. I'll also turn off the shadow now. The lights in the torture room were so bright that it was like daylight. There was a door there. I was fairly certain the cells were on the other side of that door. The proper key was here. The keys made a tinkling sound. I felt cold air coming in through the gap in the door. There must be a huge opening on the other side. I opened the door and I saw nothing but darkness. I felt along the wall to find a light switch. I turned the switch on and the light bulbs lit it up, revealing a huge rocky cave. It didn't look like a natural cave. It looked more like an air raid shelter. I mean, yeah, this is probably just a bomb shelter reimagined. Little candle. It's gonna do a whole lot, believe me. Trust. I think a stun gun is just a little electroshock, a little tickle that makes you bend over and lose muscle control for a bit. I have no idea. That makes sense, though. I mean, if it's strong enough, I feel like if the electrical current is strong enough, it'll definitely make you black out. At least that's how I envision it. There were several hollow openings with bars across them. Those were the cells. I walked up to the closest cell and checked to see if it was strong enough to confine her. I pushed and pulled on the bars. I rammed against them with all my weight and decided they were perfectly sturdy. Do you think the Sonosaki family would build half-assed prison cells? Yeah. Lasers can make you lose consciousness if exposed to them for long enough, if I remember correctly. Yeah, let's not look too deep into video game logic. This is just a fictional story. Just went outside and the moon looks weird this evening. Must have some pageant significance. Does it look like the Hinamizawa moon? This was secure enough to be called a cell. I opened the lock and carried Miron in. I wasn't particularly strong, just average. I never thought I was strong enough to carry a whole person. But now I didn't need to pretend to be weak, I could easily lift and drag their bodies. I put Mion in the cell. She seemed to moan a little. I didn't need to check to make sure the effect of my stun gun was wearing off. I closed the bars and turned the key in the lock, then I ran to the hag, who must have been starting to wake up too. Fortunately, there was no sign of her regaining consciousness. What if she's dead? Maybe the difference in age had something to do with it. I looked for a table to... You're gonna put her on a table? To restrain her on? A torture table? Why are we not putting her in a cell too? The little candle is adding massively to the spooky, eerie vibe of what's going on. I like that. I like that. It was very yellow. So like the moon on my forehead, huh? You mean this moon? Wait, actually, I can zoom in even more. I'm too slow for comedic effect, unfortunately, but I can zoom in a slight bit more. This moon? This one? Wait, where's my button? Where's my button? There it is. I found a wheelchair with restraints for the hands and feet. I put the hag in it. Of course, she didn't resist, but her dead weight made it seem like she was a huge French doll, but one made of flesh. What is a French doll? Hold on. What is a French doll? Are they... Oh god, it's those creepy ones. Oh no, we had those when I was younger in my parents' apartment too. Gosh, those are extremely creepy. I hate them. We had so many of them. You really are a witch, aren't you? Mess around and find out, I suppose. The super creepy ones, yeah, they do not look they do not look very friendly. I put her hands on the armrest and restrained them at the wrists with the metal rings and hinges. I did the same with her feet. This must have been a wheelchair specifically remodeled to restrain a person. Other than the restraints, it was a regular wheelchair. I waited for the hag to wake up. I had so many things I wanted to ask her. I didn't think she'd answer honestly, but I had plenty of tools to make her talk. Wow. Wow. I was in no rush. When the hag had a concern, the relatives took care of the problem. That was how it worked in the Sonozaki family. She was the leader of the family, so all the information they gathered would make its way to her. She must know everything that happened in Hinamizawa. I mean, yeah, considering how many people are, you know, part of the Sonozaki circle, it makes sense for people to be everywhere, to watch everyone's moves in Hinamizawa and the surrounding area, and to report back to them. Makes a lot of sense if you think about it. They have so many connections. Someone is bound to see something. Sounds like a lobotomy wheelchair? Yeah, doesn't it? Including the curse of Oyashiro-sama. I heard a noise from the cell. Myon must have woken up before the hag did. Speaking of the hag, she didn't seem like she was about to wake up anytime soon, but she was restrained even if she did, so I had no need to fear. I mean, shouldn't you check her pulse? I left the hag there and headed for the cell.
シオン、これは何の真似ですか?
Well, well, well. Look who has the upper hand now. Xian, what do you think you're doing? She talked like the successor, but she also sounded frightened. She obviously understood the situation she was in right now.
おはよう、ミオン。
Good morning, Mion. Not the friendly voice. That is even more messed up than if she spoke in a creepy voice.
まさか自分が閉じ込められることになるとは思わなかった？
You never thought you'd be in there, huh?
園崎家当主代行として命じます。
As the acting head, I order you.
ここを
Open
開
this
けな
up.
さい。
声色に一つ凄みが欠けますね。
当主様はもっと傲慢な言い方をしなきゃね。
I like that she's fully taking advantage of the fact that she has the upper hand with her in the cell. She just won't hold back. I mean, we know what she's going to do to Mion based on what happened in Watanagashi, so stuff is gonna go down. But I'm glad to know that it seems that we were right about them being switched up in Watanagashi. You don't sound so scary in there. You need to talk more like a leader, don't you think?
もっとも、そういう言い方ができたとしても、今のあんたは滑稽なだけなんだけどさ。
Well, talking that way will only make you look like a fool. Oh, no, the laugh is already getting deranged. There was nothing funny about it, but I wanted to intimidate Mion. My laughter echoed throughout the cave. It was artificial and meaningless laughter. I heard it over and over as it echoed. It sounded as if I wasn't the only one laughing. I couldn't stand it, so I stopped. Silence filled the air. And silence almost hurt my ears, so I started to speak.
富武さんと高野さんが今年の犠牲になるとはね。
Getting cocky because Mion is confined? I mean, yeah, what is she gonna do? Break out? I'm pretty sure these cells are built in a way where no one can escape them. Tomitaka-san and Takano-san becoming the victims this year.
思わなかった。
I didn't expect that.
高野さんのドラム缶に詰めて焼き殺したってのもなかなかやるね。
What an idea to burn Takano-san to death.
ま、あの人はそういう死に方を自分で希望してたっぽいからね。
But actually, she would be the kind of person who'd prefer to die that way.
結構満足してるかもよ。
Maybe she's satisfied, huh? I mean, didn't she say in Watanagashi while speaking to Shion and Keiichi that she would like to die by burning? Yeah? Mion didn't say anything. She just stared at me to see how I'd proceed.
富武さんの自分で自分の喉を引き裂いたってのは何？
What about the way Tomitaka-san died? He clawed out his own throat, right?
凶器に駆り立てるような怪しいお薬でも注射したの？
Did you give him a shot of some kind?
それともそういう死に方に見せるような拷問道具でもあるわけ？
Or is there a torture device that did that to him? Now I wonder if there's something that you can make someone swallow that will make them want to scratch out their own throats that is messed up. Mion didn't reply. I was smiling boldly, but I became impatient and finally kicked the bars. It made a violent noise. Mion jumped as if she was kicked directly.
返事がないと退屈です。私を怒らせるとどんな得が？
It's boring not getting any answers. Do you have any idea what will happen if I get angry?
私が知るわけないでしょう。
How would I know? Mion finally replied. She was... Oh my god, you know what? I think... I had an idea, but I'm not sure if it's... I had a little theory in my head just now. You know how we were saying last night that it felt like the figure or the shadow or whatever that was with her stomping on the ground felt like it was warning her. I wonder if it's like, I think it was you, Zam, actually, that said that it feels like it could be, you know, a past version of Shion trying to warn her not to do certain things, maybe. And I just thought about it because she dies at some point. I think she dies because she slips and falls into... Isn't that what happens? She slips and falls into the well in chapter 2. So... someone stabbed Keiichi and visited him in the hospital. So, was it then another... I don't know. I feel like maybe that could have been another version, but then it wasn't invisible. Ooh, I don't know. Do we want to involve traveling between timelines to this sort of story already? Yeah. Does it make it more confusing? Yeah. Also, hello, goddess. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the lurk. There's also called a deja vu moment, but it's not really a deja vu in this case. It's just like as if you were forced to watch yourself do horrible decisions. Like as if you were a ghost or a spirit in some way, watching yourself do stupid shit. You would also start stomping to get yourself in that situation to stop doing the stupid stuff. You know what I mean? But I don't know. That just kind of crawled back into my mind and it suddenly made a little bit of sense. But also it didn't. Which is why I wasn't sure if I wanted to mention it in the first place, because Keiichi, when he heard those footsteps and everything, he said that he heard a female voice. So it couldn't have been a previous version of himself, or like a ghost version of himself, whatever you want to call it. She was odious, but at the same time sounded pitiful.
ねえ、ミオン。
Hey, Mion.
次期当主様。
As the successor,
ここまで来ちゃったんだから教
why
えて
don't
く
you
ださい。
tell me?
と。
Let's see. I had just too many things I wanted to ask her. I wanted to ask her about me, about the incident, about the curse, about Satoshi-kun. I didn't even know where to start. Before I asked her about those, I asked her one other thing.
私に対して反抗的な態度をとっても何の得にもならないこと。理解してますよね。
You know there's no point in trying to resist, don't you? She doesn't sound happy. Mion glared at me silently. Because we were twins, I knew that was just a bluff.
もうここまでやっちゃった以上、私も引っ込みがつかないんで。
We've come this far, so there's no point in hesitating anymore.
お姉も私に容赦とか躊躇とかそういうものをあまり期待しない方がいいかもです。
You shouldn't expect hesitation or even mercy from me, sis. Mion must have been feeling the cold sweat on her face. Although the light was dim, I could tell she was frightened.
じゃあ聞くよ。
Okay, here I go.
ひなみ沢村連続開始事件。
First, about the series of mysterious deaths in Hinamizawa,
通称お社様のたたり。
also known as the curse of Oyashiro-sama.
これってどういう意味があるの？
What's the meaning of it?
やっぱりダム戦争のけじめってやつ？
Is it to signify the end of the dam conflict? Deja vu means experiencing something you've been through before, but isn't it just the feeling of having experienced something before, not actually you having experienced something before? Like, I will get deja vus and I'm pretty sure I didn't have that experience before, but it feels like I did. While what I mean is like, they actually did experience it before. What's the meaning of it? Is it to signify the end of the dam conflict?
私は多分そうだと思ってる。
I think so. So she doesn't know for sure? Mion sounded a little confused, but she answered. I felt satisfaction now that we were communicating. I continued with a smile.
思ってるって言い方が少し頼りないね。
You think, huh?
そのあたりの事情は詳しくないの？
Don't you know the details?
シオンだって分かってるでしょ。次期当主なんてバッチャの取り次ぎに過ぎないよ。
You know yourself that the successor is simply a messenger for Granny. Yeah, right.
その当主様と意思を疎通
Or,
させて
yeah, right.
維心伝心なのが次期当主様の役目でしょ。
Seems like Mion doesn't know everything. No, I don't think she does. Yeah, she said she I guess has more of a messenger role only. But the successor must know everything the current head is thinking, right?
取り次ぎに過ぎないなんて信じると思う？
Do you really think I believe you're just a messenger?
いつも身近にいる私だってたまにバッチャが何を考えてるのかわからない時があるもん。
Although I'm always around Granny, I don't always know what she's thinking.
何でもかんでも私が理解してるわけじゃない。
It's not like I can understand her all the time.
じゃあ、お社様のたたりってのは、あいつが全部独断で決めてるわけなんだ。
Okay, so you're saying that everything about the curse of Oyashiro-sama is decided by the hag herself, right?
次期当主様と相談して決めてるのかと思ったよ。
I assumed she'd talk to the successor about it.
やばい話は、全部バッチャが一人で決めてる。
Okay, but she's not denying that Oryo is responsible for the curse killings. When it's something dangerous, Granny decides it on her own.
私なんか預かり知る余地もない。
I don't have anything to do with it.
でも、ばあさんの独断だとしたって、
But even if she decides by herself,
あいつはあんたを介してやりとりしてるわけでしょ。
Grandma uses you to take care of various things, doesn't she?
そのあんたが何も知らないなんてあるはず。
And you're telling me you don't know anything?
違うよ。
No,
私なんかを介していない。
she doesn't use me for that.
私にだってよくわからないんだけど、
I really don't understand it myself.
私が陽の部分を取り継いでるとしたら、陰の部分を取り継いでる誰かがいると思う。
But it's like I take care of problems on the surface and someone else takes care of problems on the underside. So,
誰？
like someone will do the killings for them is basically what she's saying. And Oreo seems to make the decisions on who gets killed, maybe? And Shion just does stuff surrounding that, like, I don't know, maybe telling people in general. It's kind of hard to imagine what role she has here.
そ
Who?
の影の部分の取り継ぎって。
Who is the one that takes care of these underside problems?
知らない。
I don't know.
誰かを招いて話してるとことか、電話をしているとことか見たことない？
Haven't you seen anyone? Haven't you overheard a phone conversation?
強いて言えば、毎年お社様のたたりの時期になると連絡量がどっと増える相手ね。
It must be someone who gets in touch with the hag at the same time every year, around the time the curse happens.
わかんない。
I don't know.
心当たりなんかないよ。
I really don't. Mion shook her
まあ
head.
いいや。
Okay,
じゃあ質問を変えるね。
let me change the question.
今年のたたりの富武さんと高野さんは、ダム戦争に直接関係してないのに、なぜ犠牲に選ばれたの？
Mion is the face of the family, so what the public sees and someone else does the things behind the scenes? But wouldn't Grandma then want for Mion to do nothing because they wouldn't want suspicion on the Sonozaki family, so wouldn't Mion have to do absolutely nothing then? Why were Tomitaka-san and Takano-san chosen as victims even though they had nothing to do with the dam conflict?
やっぱり、西宮殿に忍び込んだから？
Was it because they snuck into the ritual storehouse? As soon as Mion heard the words ritual storehouse, her expression shifted.
西宮殿に
The ritual storehouse?
フルテ神社の西宮殿を犯したの？
Did they intrude on a storehouse at the foot of their shrine?
ありゃ、
Didn't you know?
知ってるとばかり。
I thought you already knew.
そんなことをしたらバカ当然だよ。
If they really did that, then it was truly stupid of them. Of course something would happen to them. Mion muttered bitterly while shaking her head repeatedly. Mion's reaction made me realize the true meaning of the forbidden storehouse for the ritual implements. The ritual storehouse is a sacred building, so nobody can go inside. The curse will fall upon any who disobey. Oh, hello, Saro. Welcome in. Thank you for the squats. Hello, hello. Can we please get a shout out for my One, Saro? Yes, please check her out. She has a very beautiful model also made by Hirota-san. And she is also playing Higurashi. So you should definitely check her out. Hello, Imoto. Yeah, I guess I am your little sister. I'm your taller little sister. Yeah, we need to definitely compare sizes. Yeah. Hey, let me. Oh, fine. I'll do squats. I can't believe no one else has redeemed them today. Okay, let me do this. You don't need to mention the taller part. Oh no, I think I do. Don't worry about it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, sorry, the chair is like really loud. I will definitely get a new chair at some point. Yeah, I definitely. Thank you for the hydrate. I won't redeem squats since I gotta do them with you. Being tall makes it an experience. Wait, is it harder if you're taller? I don't know. I mean, I guess you might have longer legs? Yeah? I have to take a breather. Good afternoon. Hello, PP. Welcome in. How are you? I love this model. The other one was really cute too. Yes, all of my models are very cute. I have to use the 3D model again. We haven't used that one in a while. That one was peak. The 3D model was peak. I love that one. But yeah, I'm glad you like it. Yeah, you will also like Saro's model, which is why you should definitely check her out. Go click on the shout out name right now. And yes, stay there so you are able to redeem first when she goes live. I don't know. Was Saro stream today? Probably. Small headache. Oh no! Yeah, I hope you feel better soon. Drink lots of water, rest your eyes and stuff, and I don't know, I would say lay down, but laying down has never helped me with a headache. Eat good food, that always helps me. Anyway, actually not. Let's, wow, way to interrupt the stream. Let me run an ad break right now because, there's one in 3 minutes anyway, and we've been yapping, not reading anyway, so let's take the break right now, and, yeah, go fish, or, I don't know, go sleep. Goodbye. I will be right back in like, 3 minutes. Oh, I almost press the ending screen. Hello. Hello. Hello, hello. Ugh. I put my desk up and I heard something fall down, which is always a really good sign. Quick shower? Okay, enjoy the shower. Thank you. We'll come back to you too. I got a little I know I'm late. I got a little caught up snacking in the kitchen. I found this new brand of cookies and they have this really nice hazelnut cream in it. And I don't know why, but the cookie itself tastes like it has hazelnuts in them. It is very difficult to describe. There is no actual nuts in there, but it feels like there is. The texture of the cookie is very interesting, and it's one of the best cookies I've ever had in my life. It's really good. I might have to share it in the Discord because they're really just that good. And yeah, and of course, if I eat something sweet, I have to eat something salty. So I have a pack of very salty chips that I've been snacking on. One very sweet cookie will usually allow me to eat a lot of very salty chips, and then I can eat another cookie, and so on. Yeah, I am not a sweet and salty combined enjoyer. I am an enjoyer of eating them separately. But yeah, it was maybe I overdid it a bit. I got kind of very focused on the snacking. But yeah, I'm back now. I'm sorry. Okay. Let me see. What were they talking about? Yeah, sacred building. Any child would know that rule. However, just because they knew about it didn't mean that they all believed in it. Although they were told they would be cursed, most of the kids actually enjoyed hearing the stories. They simply didn't believe it was true. Yeah, I mean, a lot of kids start not believing in Santa and stuff like that when they're very young. I don't think anyone has, or maybe there is kids that had a total breakdown after they were told Santa's not real, but oh my god, did I spoil anyone on life? Did anyone not know that Santa is not real? I'm very sorry for that. Yeah, tough luck. However, Mion's reaction told me it absolutely was. If they actually did that, of course something would happen to them. He was saying that if someone snuck into the ritual storehouse, that person should be killed.
私がこっちに帰ってきて以降、たまにミヨンとは認識が食い違いますね。
Santa doesn't exist. I'm sorry to say. Santa does not exist. I'm so sorry, Draculi. You deserve better. What you know and what I know aren't matching up anymore.
そりゃ私だって西宮殿がうかつに入っちゃやばいとこだってのは知ってますけど。
Of course, I'm aware I shouldn't just waltz into the storehouse.
あんな死に方しても当然だってほどやばいとは思わないんだけど。
But to be killed in such a gruesome way for doing it?
私たちだってその程度の認識じゃなかったでしたっけ？
I never knew that, did you?
それはシオンがよく知らないだけだよ。
That's just because you're ignorant about it, Xian.
すみませんね。よく知らなくて。
Well, sorry for being ignorant. Who brings me the presents then? Oh, I have an answer for you. Hold on. Let me whip it up for you. One moment. If I can find it. Yeah, I found it. Okay. How do I share this? Yeah, did you know your tree, your Christmas tree, is actually a person just delivering presents to you? Yeah, there's a person in every Christmas tree delivering presents to you. So yeah, in this case, we have we have Miss Sorrow, who's hiding out to bring everyone a bunch of Christmas presents. But you know, there's multiple trees that do this. Not just Miss Taro in a tree. There's more for sure. So yeah, if you didn't know, it's just people in trees. Yeah, you just never noticed, I suppose. You should take a good look at your Christmas tree next time.
説明をいただいてもよろしいですか？
Could you please explain it to me?
そりゃシオンの言う通り、子供の世界ではやばいとかたたりがあるとか言ったって。
Just like you said, the kids don't really believe in the curse.
どうせ迷信に過ぎないだろう。でも大人にバレたらかなり怒られるんだろうなって程度の認識だと思う。
They assume it's just superstition, but they also know that if an adult found out, they'd be in big trouble. I hate Christmas now, thank you. What? Why would you hate Christmas? Wouldn't you be happy to find someone in your Christmas tree? I would be. I would offer them milk and cookies just like I would offer to Santa. They are basically Santa, just that they're in your house for longer.
でもね、ひなみ沢の古老たちにとってはそんな甘いものじゃないの。
But to the elderly people of Hinamizawa, it's something more serious. Mion explained to me how the elderly people blindly believe in Oyashiro-sama and how sacred the festivals are to them. It's probably something the younger generations would never understand, but they're possessed by a very strong, deeply rooted devotion toward Oyashiro-sama. Mion then went on to tell me about how sinful it was to violate the rule of the ritual storehouse. I just couldn't believe things like that were still going on, even in the modern day. Couldn't even reply appropriately. But even if it was unbelievable, I couldn't ignore what I was hearing from my twin sister.
なるほどね。
How do you even recover from this? I mean, let's assume that Shion doesn't kill Mion in this timeline, right? How do you recover from putting your twin sister in a prison cell, threatening her to hurt her? How do you recover from putting your grandmother, who already hates you, in a torture wheelchair? After stun gunning them both? Probably also gonna reveal that she broke into the ritual storehouse. So yeah, I feel like there's no coming back from this, even if we don't kill them. And they watch me sleep, just like Oyashiro-sama does occasionally. You know, nothing wrong with that. I
で
see.
もさミオン、
But Mion,
たたりで一人が死んだらそれを相殺する意味で一人を生贄にするのがルールじゃなかったっけ？
doesn't the rule say that one victim gets killed by the curse and another has to become a sacrifice?
生贄の死体は出ない。
The body of the sacrifice is never to be found.
なのに今回は二人とも死体が出ちゃってるんだけど。
But there are two dead bodies this time. Yeah, the first time Takano disappeared, so it actually matched up until, you know, Keiichi committed murder on Mion and Rena.
そのあたりはどう見る？
What do you think of that? Mion doesn't know that besides Sakano-san and Tomitaka-san, Keiichi and I also snuck into the ritual storehouse. So I tried to lead her a little.
確かにおかしいね。
Hmm. So like if... Okay, so let's assume that each year they have... the two victims. But due to this year, 4 people sneaking into the ritual storehouse, they have to divide it up. So 2 people get killed, 2 people go missing. I mean, technically in Watanagashi, Shion and Mion didn't go missing. Their bodies were found. They were found dead. I don't know what happened to Keiichi. He might have just vanished into thin air, but technically this never made any sense. I know, that doesn't make sense.
高野さんの焼死体は見つかっちゃいけなかったってことなのかな？
Maybe Takano-san's burned body wasn't supposed to be found.
本当は高野さんは失踪ってことになるのがパーフェクトだったのかな？
Maybe the intention was for her to vanish.
あるいは、
Or
うん、 自信はないけど。
I'm not too sure, but...
何？
What?
根拠なんかいらないから言ってみてよ。怒らないから。
Just say what you're thinking. I won't get mad. Mian hesitated a little first, and then started to speak.
西宮殿に忍び込んだのは実は4人。
Well, about that. Actually, 4 people snuck into the shrine storage, so maybe.
それで？
Maybe what?
でもう2人は生贄ってことで鬼隠しになってるんじゃないかな。
Maybe the other 2 will become the sacrifices and get demoned away. Well, we already knew that something was going to happen to them. But I feel like with Xian specifically, it was kind of self-inflicted. I mean, she died by slipping and falling into the well, so... Mian's words were stuck in my head. If those 2 dead bodies were the result of the curse, then there should be 2 sacrifices to calm Moyashiro-sama's anger. The 4 of us snuck into the shrine storage together. It was a simple equation. Did that mean that Keiichi and I were in danger? I got drunk, fell asleep, and decided to stay overnight. Was that because of the alcohol, or did someone put a drug in my drink? It's not like me to get drunk and spend a night at the hag's house. I wanted to forget about what happened in that eerie storehouse, so I drank too much. I mean, yeah, if I heard noises no one else was able to hear and got extremely spooked, I would also want to try and forget. Maybe I would just run home and sleep. Also, welcome back, Sam. The curse is someone dies and someone is sacrificed, right? But the curse never said the amount has to be one person. It's always said someone. I think at some point they were like it's one person that disappears and one person that dies. But I think those were just theories and not actual confirmations. But then again, Mian... Sorry, I keep forgetting that it's not Mian, it's Xian. Xian ends up dying anyway. Because, yeah, she slips and falls into the well. And then something... Mian, maybe Xian, kills Keiichi in the hospital. Or, I guess, possibly kills Keiichi in a hospital. We don't know that for sure either. We don't know what happens to him. I just assume that maybe he also died. Which means that 3 people died. You know, if you don't count Oryo, Mian, Kimiyoshi, Rika, and Satoko. Only the people... Actually, that's a lot of people. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but all of that was self-inflicted. Unless she is the cause for the curse for those people. But it was really strange for me to get that drunk. Maybe it was a good thing I woke up in the middle of the night. I could have been the one to wake up in a cell. Sometimes it's hard to recognize danger when you avoid it accidentally. A part of me wanted to just laugh at the idea, but another part felt frightened that I was so close to being in Mian's position. My thinking was correct. I wonder how Keiichi Maebara was doing right now. I didn't see him in any of the cells. That didn't guarantee his safety. Takano-san and Tomitaka-san had been executed. I feel like we still didn't get proper confirmation that the Sonozaki family was behind that. Mian didn't confirm, nor deny. There was a possibility that Keiichi could already be dead. But just like what happened to Satoshi-kun, it might only happen after a few days. Aww. I just thought about the theory that we had earlier about the footsteps possibly being another version of them. We also previously talked about, you know, people being transported into other timelines, other worlds, and stuff like that. I just remembered that Xion, like the actual Xion that we went into the storehouse with, I think, supposedly died on the night of Watanagashi. So... does that mean that she died in the ritual storehouse? Did she maybe because of that supernatural experience, did she maybe die? And like get transported? And like, oh, I don't know. This is, I'm confused. Like, it felt like something possessed her when she thought about them possibly having done something to Satoshi. Like, maybe that's the moment she quote unquote died, as the medical examiner said in Watanagashi. The night of Watanagashi? I don't know. I feel like the fact that Takano and Shion were dead the same day, and both Mion and Shion being alive right now makes me rethink the word dead. Maybe it's not that they get killed, but it's something else that happens. I get what you're saying. I feel like I don't even get what I'm saying, but I'm glad that you do. Just like what happened to Satoshi-kun, it might only happen after a few days. When the sun rose, I was going to pretend to be Mion and head to her school. I was going to check if Keiichi Maebara was safe. If he had already disappeared, the enemy would come after me next. I'd have to be a decoy for myself. If he was still safe, I'd need to keep my eyes on him. I was sure the enemy would come after that scatterbrain. If I became Mion, Shion would disappear. The enemy would think Shion had already been demoned away, and they'd concentrate on Keiichi. If nothing happened to Keiichi, that would also be fine. It proved that nothing would happen to me either. The hag was still sleeping in the wheelchair. I have a feeling that she's not sleeping. I have a feeling that she is very much dead already. It's the same with a curse stating someone, which can mean more than one person. It can also apply to what would be defined as dead by Oyashiro-sama. Yeah, maybe dead doesn't mean, like, not alive anymore, just not yourself anymore, maybe. But it was a medical examiner, and medical examiners are not known to have a very spiritual meaning of dead. Yeah, I would assume that they checked her pulse and determined, yeah, she was dead. And they did exams to figure out when she died, so I feel like that's maybe a bit of a stretch. I was going to interrogate her, but actually, I wasn't expecting to learn that much. The woman, who was also known as Empress Sonozaki, probably wouldn't say a thing even if her fingers were cut off. Mion, her successor, was the complete opposite. She spoke readily, but didn't know too much about anything. You know, it also helps that Mion doesn't actually hate Shion, due to them being twin sisters, might I remind you. This is really messed up. Mion had said she was only a messenger, and that someone else was taking care of problems on the underside. It was possible Mion had grown to be a good liar and that she tried to deceive me with a straight face. But at the same time, I could see the hag not letting Mion get involved in the underside of the village. If I were her, I wouldn't have used Mion for that either. Unlike me, Mion was a nice person. While there were only ones and zeros in the world, she believed there were numbers with decimal points. In other words, she could never be cruel. If the hag thought the same way as I do, it was very possible. The one who took care of problems on the underside, X was the one who actually governed the curse of Oyashiro-sama. What? What if that person is Rika? I forgot about it, but isn't Rika like the most likely suspect for this? She was found with possibly the same kind of drug that Tomitake was induced with. Yeah. When we played Watanagashi, so couldn't that mean that Rika is the one? I mean, she knows what's going to happen anyway, but I don't know. She's kind of Oyashiro-sama reincarnated, and you know that Rika is close to Oryo because, you know, she even sneaks into her futon at the family gatherings and stuff. Rika seems like she has a special connection to Oryo. Like, we have established that in, I forgot what the chapter name was. In chapter 4 with Akasaka, Rika seems to have some kind of special connection to Oryo and therefore maybe have more say than her even, or be able to determine who the victim will be or should be. I mean, it definitely seems like she also was responsible for even enabling Rika, for enabling Takano and Tomitaka to even break into the ritual storehouse by changing the lock together with Kimiyoshi. So, you know, it wouldn't be too far of a stretch for us to say that, you know, she was behind all of this. But yeah, she's right that Mion is such a sweet person compared to Shion. Mion is such a gentle and kind person. She only has to pretend to be this cold person. I wonder what happened in the house earlier though, why she got those demon cold eyes and stuff like that. I feel like that doesn't just happen for no reason. I feel like that's a clear sign and a change of mental state. But then Rika would never die, but what if someone is onto her and kills her because of that exact reason? Because just a sweet innocent girl? Sure. Rika dying disproves that as well? Rika has the full mastermind and her foretelling her own death is also part of her plan. I think it's just someone trying to maybe stop the ritual killings. I mean, no one is to say that Rika is immortal, you know? If someone finds out that you're behind 5 years in a row of murder, you know, you're bound to make some enemies. Anyway, enough speculations, more trying to read between the lines. If the hag became concerned about something, X would deal with it either directly or indirectly. Or maybe the hag and X would discuss the details first. But did X really exist? If he did, his place in the village hierarchy was a lot more important than that of the successor. Unlike Mion, who was too nice, he was discreet, cruel, and cunning. Furthermore, he was extremely close to the hag. Someone who would have a lot of contact with her before it was time for the curse. The fact that she's saying he, and you know who is a he, and is kind of maybe considered close to Oryo. Kimiyoshi, isn't he the next guy who also dies? Damn. He definitely disappears and then he dies. So I'm guessing he's gonna say bye-bye very, very soon too. If someone who knows would not... If it is someone who knows, would not Rika know that as well? I mean, she doesn't know of her own death, so why would she know? Why would she know that someone else knows? She's not all-knowing. Otherwise, she would know how to avoid her own death. Kind of point people in the right direction in a subtle way. Yeah, that's definitely what she's doing. Because of the way Tomitaka's son died, it could be someone who regularly dealt with unusual drugs. It could be a member of a medical institution. Oh my god, like idiot. Oh no, wait, that's not who I thought it was gonna be. Oops. The director of the idiot clinic. Idiot? You're not who I suspected. I suspected you were a silly little guy. I mean, yeah, what she's saying makes sense. You know, drugs coming from a place that deals with a lot of drugs, medical drugs. Yeah, that makes sense. In this isolated village, Irie was famous for opening such a beautiful clinic and working so hard for the villagers' sake. The villagers liked his mature personality, sure, and really respected him. That expression, why did we not play with Rikishi's style before? Holy, why did no one tell me? We should restart Higurashi, but only use the Ryukishi sprites. There's nothing scarier than a doctor who's also a murderer. If Irie was the person behind the curse, all the mysterious deaths could be explained. However, there was only a slim chance of Irie being X. The main reason being that the hag wouldn't trust him. Like many of the elderly, the hag doesn't like young people. I knew she'd never trust him because of his age. For telling her own death, what if she knows she will die and just let it happen? I mean, that's not the impression she made when she was speaking to Akasaka. She made the impression that she definitely did not want to die. So she's doing everything in her power to avoid dying, actually. At least that's the impression I got from her, earnestly telling Akasaka that she doesn't want to die. Because, yeah, that scene made it very clear that she's not accepting her own death. Otherwise, she wouldn't be asking someone completely unrelated to any of this for help. What if his age is a lie? He has that secret anti-aging serum that he uses every single day and night, and that is why he looks as young as he does. But he's actually like, what? You know, same as Taro, who looks very young, but is actually 61. Yeah, something like that. Furthermore, she had openly criticized his behavior among their relatives once. Although Irie was famous, he was an outsider after all. He wasn't born here. He tried to maintain a good relationship with the villagers as the director of the clinic, but that was just on the surface. She's 61? Yeah, haven't you seen Saru's mug? It says that she's 61. I couldn't believe you didn't know that. Saru is 61. Irie just eats all that healthy miso soup. Yeah, for sure, it's the miso soup. Sounds a lot younger. I wonder. Why is that? Saru 61, and according to Spooky, short as well. Not just according to me. Have you seen her? She is short. I'm clearly the taller sister. Even though she's the older sister, I'm the taller sister. I got the good genes. Or bad genes, depending on if you prefer shorter or taller people. I couldn't even imagine the hag telling him about her worries, or about the villagers' underside. If she was as suspicious of others as I was, then she'd only gather trustworthy people to deal with that underside. Well, if it isn't the lady herself. The first people that came to mind were the leaders of the three families. Leaving Rika-chama. You're leaving her out? She's the most likely suspect. I guess Shion wouldn't know that. She only thinks that Rika is an innocent little child, which actually makes her the perfect candidate for X, because she would never be suspected. Unless you're paying very close attention. I don't got any choice. Everyone is shorter compared to me. I'm stuck in that loop. I mean, you should get a VTuber model, and you should join me in my castle, and then we can stand side by side and see who really is the taller one of the two of us. Yeah? Maybe I am over 2 meters tall. You wouldn't know. I mean, just look at how much space I take up, yeah? I am as tall as the Higurashi window. I would say that I win. Leaving Rika-chama out, the head of the Kimiyoshi family was a strong possibility, which is probably why she, kidnaps Kimiyoshi too. I wonder if she just stun guns him too. Maybe that's the way we're doing things now. We're just stun gunning people left and right. We don't need a metal bat, we only need a stun gun. Been thinking of commissioning Kyuma for a character sheet, get that model, have one preview I have one preview off into an actual piece. There you go. Do that. Do that. Message Kuma right now. Do it. Do it! The stun gun in is Shion's equivalent of the metal bat. It's just, she's trying to imitate Satoshi. That's all there is to it. This is her specialty weapon. Yeah, do it right now. See, I'll even do you the favor of pulling up her Ko-fi so you can commission her. Yeah, give me 1 second. I will do it for you. I'll make it easy for you. Kyumaso. Cute. Wait, that's not the correct account. Is it? Wait, that's not the... Oh, wait. Can I not just look at my payments? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Oh, they're closed for the character sheet? Oh. Oh. They are. Well, you'll just have to wait and see then. You'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, I can't believe I'm in there too. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Ah, man, I love Kuma's art style. It looks so good. And her art style. Oh, man. If she was open in terms of commissions right now, I would commission her right away for another comm. It is so good. Totally not spying and waiting for them to open. No, you would never. Alright. He was the only one who could advise Empress Sonozaki. They were of similar age, and everyone knew that they were very close outside the family councils. Oh yeah, I guess maybe. Does he have a sprite? I guess not. We know that he has one, but he has a console sprite, so I thought maybe it wasn't showing up. It probably did show up, just not right now. Furthermore, as the mayor, he often went to the Sonozaki house just before Watanagashi to discuss festival preparations. I could easily picture them talking privately. The one who executed the curse of Oyashiro-sama, the one who murdered Takano-san and Tomitaka-san, is the old man of the Kimiyoshi family who is this close to dying of old age, surely. The mastermind behind the series of the mysterious deaths that have been going on for the past 5 years. Was he coming after me? Did he get to Satoshi-kun? When I thought about Satoshi-kun, I felt elevated. I was fearful of possible being this year's victim until just a moment ago. I was scared that X was after me. But when I thought about it, I realized, wherever it was, this person had gotten Satoshi-kun. I had looked so hard, but I couldn't find him. I'd almost forgotten about this enemy. For better or for worse, he was going to appear before me again. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't find that enemy. But now he was trying to find me. That was it. I wasn't only being chased. I was chasing too. Oh my god. Yeah, we're playing Hunter and Hunted now. I think Shiona's overthinking things. I mean, clearly she's kind of losing her mind, you know? She's kind of going a little cuckoo crazy with the paranoia and the fear and suspicions. Also, thank you for the 30 bits, Dracula. I like that we have Mr. X, or also definitely the press X to doubt guy. Yeah, believe me, trust. When I realized all this, I was no longer afraid of dying to the 5th year's curse. It had become a game. Thank you for the headpats. I wasn't only being threatened. Thank you for the hydrate too, damn. So generous today. Someone's gonna take care of you. Hello? I would never forget to take care of myself. I was threatening too. Now was the time to settle the score for Satoshi-kun. Now was the time to awaken passions that had grown weak over the past year. I could feel righteous indignation and courage flare up within me. The only emotion that can defeat fear is anger. My anger completely overtook my fear. I felt as if I was reborn.
鬼ババ様、そろそろ目を覚ましてくださいません。
Why don't you wake up, Empress of Hags? Oh, listen, I need to screenshot this. Just... No, wait, I have to wait for a while until I can use this. I need to send this to to Tsaro when she's 1 minute late to her stream. But I can't send it to her right now because it spoils her for Watanagashi and and for this one too. So we can't send it to her yet, but I will save it. That's a cool title. Why don't you wake up, Empress of Hags? Empress of Hags being me. I like that. I want to be the Empress of Hags too. Maybe one day. Maybe when I turn a certain number this year. Yeah, maybe I can also become the Empress of Hags because that's definitely how I feel. I kicked her wheelchair rather violently. But that didn't wake her up either. She's probably so
ひょ
dead.
っとして眠ったふりをしてやり過ごそうとか考えてません？
Are you just pretending to be asleep? I grabbed her hair and pulled her head up. But even then, the hag stayed silent with a straight face. Then I noticed something. I looked for an appropriate torture device. They were all large scale, one of them being particularly handy. Oh, that is fucked up! Then I saw a cigarette lighter on a cushion in the tatami room. One of the relatives must have left it there. I lit the lighter. A huge flame appeared. What kind of lighter is that? Holy shit. Toss that into the special Discord. That has already happened. I turned the lighter off and went back to the hag with it.
見えてます？
Can you see it?
見えてない。
Can't you see it?
これ誰の忘れ物かわかりませんけどね。
This is a cigarette lighter somebody left behind. I lit it in front of her eyes.
今からこれであなたの鼻を焼きます。
I'm going to burn your nose now.
嫌でしょ？
You don't want that, do you?
私も嫌です。
I wouldn't want it.
ですから寝たふりをやめてください。
So why don't you quit pretending to be asleep? How do you burn a nose? Just asking. There was still no response. I put the flame right under her nose without hesitation. The tip of the flame touched the tip of her nose. The flame must have burned her nose hair. It smelled terrible. I was already certain, but I continued anyway. I brought the flame closer to her eye. Her eyelid didn't move one bit. She is so dead! The flame burned her eyelashes, making it smell awful again. This is so messed up! This is so messed up! What happened to the Xian that I was feeling sorry for because she had a tough life? Now she's actually torturing people. I mean, yeah, these people did awful things to her. You know, they made her pull her fingernails out. But I feel like Xian has lost it since the very beginning when she started beating up Satoko. I don't know. She's not such a good person, is she? Yeah. She's a horrible person. I mean, I know that she went through some shit, but this is a little extreme. I turned the lighter off and then felt her throat and wrist. Oh, I didn't feel any warmth. She fucking died! I can't believe it. I didn't feel a pulse either. Oh my god. She's dead. Oh no. I was right.
スタンガンで死んだ。
No! Oh my god. That is so messed up. Yeah, now we're a murderer, by the way. Just saying. I've been through more stuff than Shion. This is crazy. Are you not stun gunning people and killing them from that because you have an illegally modified stun gun? Holy moly. Did she die from the stun gun? There was no way she could pretend to be asleep while being burned. Even if she could endure the pain, anyone reflexively moved their eyelids if a flame came close to their eyes. But she didn't. I turned the sink water on and aimed at the end of a hose. Aimed the end of a hose at the hag's face. Are we also now waterboarding her? The water pressure wasn't too high, but by squeezing the tip of the hose, I could make it squirt out. The water hit the hag in the face, but there was still no reaction. Dude, she is dead. Shit. You've got to be kidding me. She's dead. The one who was at the center of everything is dead now. I knew she wouldn't talk. Yeah, she also won't walk anymore. She's also definitely not walking anymore. She just pretends to be dead. She's a soldier. She's crazy. She can stop her pulse. Damn. You test it? What the hell? That is weird. Don't do that. But I didn't expect her to end up dead. I never even thought of killing her. I walked around the room restlessly. I didn't feel guilty, but I instead felt frustrated with what I'd done. Come on. I need to calm down. What do I need to be afraid of? Calm down and stay cool. Calm down, stay cool. I could still feel I could feel my brain starting to cool down. And my emotions cooling down with it. Oh. How can you say that you don't feel guilty? That is insane. That is insane. I didn't think Shion was this crazy. Beneath us all, Oreo is an action commando who stopped her own breath. She's that crazy. I mean, I knew that Oreo was a little crazy, you know, a little special, but I didn't know she could pretend to be dead. Yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if she could. I wouldn't even be surprised. And my emotions cooling down with it. She was my true enemy. It was just that I killed her before confronting her about it. Sooner or later, I would have killed her anyway. Okay, so we're completely just crazy now, okay. You believe she did nothing wrong, probably? Yeah, she does. She wanted to torture her properly before killing her. I can't believe she's just talking about this so nonchalantly. She was super freaked out about the torture room and everything, and now she's just completely changed. She's a completely different person. I knew that she was kind of insane at some times. I feel like this must be some kind of possession, and she's not noticing it. Or she's really that crazy. I honestly can't tell. I didn't think that she was. She didn't make that impression. She wouldn't have said anything in the first place, so there really wasn't a reason why I should have let her live. I didn't realize that until now, and that's why I got frustrated. Okay, well. My revenge for Satoshi-kun started with the unexpected death of my grandmother. It was such a strange feeling, like I was wearing sopping wet clothes. I replaced that feeling with anger. I couldn't forgive her. I couldn't forgive the hag for abusing the Hojo family, including Satoshi-kun, for so many years. She cornered him psychologically as well as physically. She didn't deserve an easy death from a stun gun. I picked up a whip that was hanging on the wall. The whip was designed to make sure the person on the receiving end got seriously injured. I swung it up and then down. The sound reminded me of when I was a child hitting things with a jump rope. I pretended it was a whip. What are we doing? What We're mutilating a corpse? Is that what we're doing now? Am I reading this correctly? Okay, this is not what I had expected. This is really fucked up. She's completely out of it. She is crazy. Unlike then, I'd made a purple mark on the hag's face and reddish black blood started oozing out. I swung it up and then down again. This time, the whip hits her in the head. Her hair flew in the air. Oh my god. I saw a bunch of her hair on the tip of the whip. At the end of the bunch of hair... Ew! There was a piece of her skin! Seemed the whip had ripped part of her scalp off. Oh no, stop it! I continued to hit her with the whip. I didn't bother removing the hair beforehand. The tip of the whip was divided into many points, with each point having a fish hook on the end. Those hooks added to the speed of the whip. Not only scratched the victim, but tore their skin as well. The hag's hair was all messed up and her face was getting bloody. She'd started to look like a real demon. I stopped the whipping. Not because my arm was tired, but because I couldn't stand the feeling of her hair on the tip touching me every time I swung the whip. That is so messed up. That is so freaking messed up. I threw the whip at the hag. Breathing heavily, I realized I was covered in her hair. It almost felt like thousands of maggots crawling all over me. I brushed it off violently. This is way worse than what I thought she did to the people. I thought she just killed them fast. And that was it, but this is... No, I mean, I guess Audio died pretty quickly, but, you know, being mutilated after death in such a gruesome way, I don't know, that's very messed up. You deserve this. You fucking demon hag. I put my hands on my knees and exhaled roughly. It was then that I noticed it. I perked up and turned around. There it is. The person who had been watching me since I snuck into the shrine storage. I sensed this person sitting in the tatami room and enjoyed watching me torture my grandmother. An overwhelming emotion started to swallow me up. I tried desperately not to feel it.
いつからそこにいたんだか。
Huh. How long have you been there?
言ってくれればよかったのに。
You should have said something. It was just there. Just like Satoshi-kun, it was just there. It was extremely uncomfortable to just have it be there.
そっか。レナが言ってたもんね。
I see. Lena told me.
あんた
Are you...
お社様ってのは。
Oyashiro-sama? I smiled boldly, and yet I could feel my body shivering.
冗談じゃない。
You can't fool me.
あんたがお社様で、たたりは本当にお社様のたたりってわけなの？
Are you saying that you're Oyashiro-sama, that the curse of Oyashiro-sama really does exist?
バー
Come on!
カ！誰が信じるかよ！
Who would believe something like that?
へ？
Huh? It was just my imagination. It couldn't be the curse of Oyashiro-sama. The curse couldn't be real. Everything was done by humans. They made everything look like it was a curse.
まあ、あんたが見たいってんなら勝手だけどさ。
Well, I don't care if you saw what I did.
私は見物料を取るつもりもない。
I won't charge you for it. Oh yeah, should we charge for tickets to the torturing our grandmother after death? Oh my god. Oh. I think they adapted the scene into the anime. They did? The whipping scene? They did? I do not remember that. The thing is, I don't think... God, did I finish the anime ever? I might not have finished the anime ever. I might have stopped before I was completely freaked out. I think I was freaked out by the actually Watanagashi chapter arc that was in the anime. I think that one freaked me out the most. I might have stopped watching after that. I don't know if I ever finished it. But I did see the purple-haired girl from the intro, so I might have watched further than that. I don't remember that either. Tempt of Faith. Not the whipping scene, but this Xian conversation. The whip was skipped, I think. Yeah, for a good reason. I actually... this might sound messed up, but I would actually like to see it. I mean, we did see some really fucked up scenes in the anime that I remember. I mean, how could you not? But this one, I don't know. It is brutal. It is a whole different caliber for sure, but I feel like the other ones were just as brutal. Especially that one Rika scene that I won't spoil, but that one, that will haunt me forever. The fact that a child has something like that happen to them, yeah, not great. But I feel like, yeah, whipping your dead grandmother with a very extremely dangerous and, strange modified whip is not that bad in comparison to everything else that happened.
でも私の邪魔をしようってんならあんただって容赦しないよ。
Does the Rika scene involve a knife? Maybe. Maybe. Yes. Well, let's not say any more than that. I think, yeah, we don't want to spoil that. The whole thing about how the whip has fishing hooks, yeah, attached to it, yeah. It is pretty gruesome, I suppose, but I think we saw the nail pulling scene in the anime, if I'm not mistaken, which that is also very graphic. That's also extremely disgusting. I don't know. I feel like the whip in comparison is, you know, equally as bad, maybe. But if you're thinking about interfering, I won't hold back, you know. No matter what I said, nothing happened. It was like trying to communicate with an insect. With a Higurashi? I felt like I was staring at a spider in the middle of its web and the spider was staring back. I turned to the hag in the wheelchair. I couldn't leave her body here forever. If I don't need to make her death known, then it should be quick, and it's best if a body doesn't exist. I don't need to make her death known, then it should be quick? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Not even in the secret underground torture room. I remember that one. Yeah, that was something else. Yeah, I think the worst scene in the anime that I will never forget is Mion standing outside of Keiichi's window during the Watanagashi arc, which was in the very beginning, but that freaked me out so bad. Freaked me out so much that I couldn't keep watching after that for a while. That was something. When I saw that when I was like 13, yeah. I was just about to say that. That one scene was really upsetting for me. Yeah. Oh man. I'm glad we agree. Phew. I exhaled to try to calm myself down. Oh, I remember now. When I was a little girl, Kasai used to love making me feel scared. He often told me scary stories about various horrible things. I recall his story about the secret torture room of the Sonozaki family. According to the story, there was a well in the torture room for dumping bodies in. There was a pile of tortured corpses at the bottom of the well, and resentful moans could be heard echoing from there. And about halfway down the well, there was a different tunnel, which was a secret passage leading into the distant mountains. That bit was from Mion's telling of the story. It was probably an amalgamation of things telling... What? It was probably an amalgamation of tellings from different relatives. Members are returning. I'm sorry. Hello, Besha! Welcome in! How are you? Let me squish you, but then I wouldn't be this shape anymore. If you squish me, then I would be squished. I don't want to be squished. The room was supposed to be a huge secret, but everyone got loose lips at the chance to have fun scaring the young successor.
ミオン昔親戚の誰かが言ってたじゃん
Myan, do you remember one of our relatives talking about a hidden well a long time ago?
この地下拷問室のどこかに隠し井戸があって外へ出られる秘密の通路があるって話
Doing great, feeling invincible since the Monhan release? Yeah, I assumed that you would be all over it. How you're having fun? Are you having fun? I saw so many people are streaming it, and I really want to watch them stream it. But I also don't want to spoil myself on the game, so I will not watch people play it. Hope you're fine as well. Yes, I am, thank you. The game is popping off. People that I've never seen play a Monhun game are playing Monhun now. Which is good. It's good that the series is getting that much attention. Boogie play Monhun? Listen, I still have worlds to get through. I still have worlds to get through. I know. Believe me, I want to play Wilds too. One day. One day. Wilds first, then Worlds. But I'm already in the middle of Worlds. I'm still in the very beginning, though.
さっきの音は聞こえてなかった
Did you hear some noise earlier?
鬼ババを鞭で叩く音
That was me whipping the hag. Yeah, well, she's also dead. Myan didn't reply, but I saw her bite her lip.
大丈夫
Don't worry,
あんたは叩かない
I won't whip you. Yeah, because you won't survive. That's no longer a torture device if it rips parts of your scalp out. Doesn't matter, stab the Dino. The Dino? 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 Dino. But I always feel bad killing them. I always feel bad. I'm the worst person to play Monhun, actually, because I feel extremely bad for killing the dinos. Don't worry, I won't whip you.
でもねあんたが不愉快だと鬼ババをもっと叩くかもしれない
But if you don't cooperate, I might punish her some more.
今度は鞭なんかじゃなくて
Next time, I won't use a whip.
そこの奥
I mean, yeah, if we don't tell Myan that Granny is dead, we can use her as, you know, as a little bit of a threat to her. Not with the ugly ones. Even the ugly ones have some cuteness to them, right? Done at the
暗
ends.
がりにも牢屋があるでしょ
You say a cell in the darkness?
その中
It's in there. Myan pointed weakly. I walked down to where her finger indicated. A light bulb lit up the cell. It was a lot smaller than the one Myan was in. It was very shallow, and I didn't even need to open the door to see how tiny it was. Of course, there is no well in there. I became angry, assuming that she lied to me, but after considering it, I didn't actually think she would at this point. I opened the door and walked in. I noticed something immediately. Ooh, okay. There was an opening right in the middle of the cell. This opening was naturally disguised. The way the rocks and the shadows were positioned perfectly hid the well. The tip of a rock inside of the cell concealed the entrance. Unless you went in, you'd never notice. But it was such a shallow cell that nobody would even think of going in. Besides, the bars allow you to see the inside well enough. The cell is not even a few meters deep, so it would only take a glance to see everything. Nobody would think of unlocking the door and walking in. But walking in was the only way anyone could find the well. Furthermore, there were many cells in this huge cave. If the well is that concealed, I'm not surprised that she fell into the well, but then... Hold on, how does this even happen? How do you fall inside the well when trying to escape the basement if you had to go into a different cell that you already knew only holds the well in there. Why would you even go in there? How do you slip and fall into the well? Unless you did it on purpose. Furthermore, there were many cells in this huge cave. Who would think that one of them was hiding a secret well? The inside of the well was dark. I couldn't see anything. But every little noise I made produced echoes. I could tell this was a very deep well. I brought a flashlight from the torture room and shone it down the well. It almost looked more like a vertical tunnel. Obviously a man-made one at that. Oh, I wonder if that is how the bodies end up in like the sewer systems. Because yeah, in Tatari Goroshi we had the body of Teppei's lover end up in the sewer system. I wonder if that's because this is kind of connected to that. Since Oyashiro-sama was there and she was taunting him, he did something? I don't know. Maybe, but why would she? I don't know. Why would you even go near this? Obviously, a man-made one at that. There were wedges on the wall like a ladder, and they looked as if they were inviting me to descend. Kind of ironic that the secret escape route from an underground torture room ended up being a well that Oh, okay, this explains it. She slipped and fell because it's the only way to get out? You know, unless you go back out the way you came from, which you can't if the police is rushing in to get your ass. So you would climb down the well and maybe she slipped and fell from there. That makes sense. But also there's a lot of corpses down there that are starting to rot and everything. That is disgusting. Having to climb down and also stand on top of a mountain of corpses, insane. You had no way of knowing whether it would take you to freedom or to hell. Furthermore, there were the tortured bodies of past victims at the bottom. Who would be able to go down this well without hesitation? Nobody in their right mind could go down this well to look for a secret tunnel, hearing the voices of the dead all the while. Interesting that she says this, sounding completely sane, after having just whipped her dead grandmother with a whip that tore out her hair and pieces of her scalp. What the fuck? Don't act normal now. You could smell that a mile away. Yeah, I'm surprised that she isn't smelling it right now. No thanks. No thanks indeed. I will gladly go with the police. Thank you for the hydrate. All right. Well, there's gonna be an ad break in 2 minutes. So since I was just interrupting the stream with me drinking, let's take the ad break right now. I guess I should have taken it while I was drinking, huh? I just saw it, unfortunately. So yeah, go fish and take a break if you want to. Yeah, I will be right back. I will not leave you here all alone near the well so that you slip and fall into it, okay? We'll go someplace else. Yeah, right over here, for example. Hello, welcome back, everyone. Also, hello, Art. Welcome, welcome. How are you? Okay. I am sitting down again because I think I was standing for like 2 hours. Wow, wait, does that mean? Oh my god, yeah, we've been streaming for almost 4 hours now. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like we've been streaming for like an hour max. Yeah, I guess time can be deceiving. Welcome back. Thank you. Welcome back to you too. All right. Let's change this up now, shall we? You know, I think Xian has enough light in the basement. Yeah.
ミオンはあの井戸降りたことあるの？
Have you ever gone down that well,
降り
Mion?
たくもない。
I've never even wanted to.
それに関しては著しく同感。
I feel the same way.
この拷問室の犠牲者たちが放り込まれた井戸になんか好き好んで降りたくはないもんね。
Why would I go down the well where they tossed the victims of this torture room? I went back to the torture room and then returned to the cave, pushing the wheelchair containing the hag. Yeah. 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 About that. She might be dead. She might be severely hurt. Mion screamed.
シオン、ばっちゃん落とすけ？
Are you going to push Granny down the well?
落とすんじゃないよ。捨てるんだよ。
No, I'm not. I'm just dumping her
も
body.
う死んでるしね。
She's dead.
さっきの拷問で死んだんじゃないよ。
This is so fucked up. The way she just says that, like it's no big deal. Yeah, she's dead, by the way. Rest assured, I didn't torture her to death.
多分鬼ババはスタンガンで死んだんだよ。
It was probably the stun gun.
心臓麻痺とかで。
Maybe her heart failed.
放置してもいいけど、虫が湧くと嫌でしょ？
I could just leave her body here, but I don't want it to rot, you know?
ひどい。
How could you?
なんなら死後の鬼ババの世話もする？
Hey, do you want to take care of her, even now that she's dead?
湧いてくるウジを箸でつまんで捨てるとかやってみる？
Oh my god, why would you even say this? Maybe you can use chopsticks to pick maggots off her body. Huh? Mion covered her ears and shook her head. Everything I said seemed to bother Mion. Her own life wasn't guaranteed at this point.
シオン、どうしてこんなことを？
To be fair, we didn't plan for Granny to die, so this was not in my bingo card. Tasty. I don't know what did you guys see a message just now? I didn't.
さーて、
Let's see.
どうしてだと思います？
What do you think? Nobody said anything for a while, but the silence was soon broken.
サトシ、
Yeah, you got it.
敵討ちってこと？
Is this revenge?
敵討ちになったかもわからないけどね。
I don't really know if it was
い
revenge.
きなり後ろからバチンだったから、何が何やらわかんないうちにご臨終だったろうし。
Since it happened so quickly, I'm sure she died without even feeling a thing.
ねえミオン、
Hey, Mion.
今こうして思い返すと、私はやっぱりばあさんを殺すだけの理由があったように思うの。
Now that I think about it, I did have a reason to kill Grandma.
なぜかわかる？
Do you know what it was?
単にサトシ君を殺した張本人だからってだけじゃないよ。
It wasn't just because she killed Satoshi-kun.
それは嘘をついたから。
Because she lied. I slapped the hag's head. Oh, this is horrible. This is insane.
あんたも言ったよね。
You said it too.
私が爪を剥がせば全て許すって。
You told me that if I ripped out my nails, she would forgive everyone.
だから私は爪を剥がしたんだよ。3枚も。
That's why I ripped out 3 of my nails.
それでけじめがついたってことになったんだよね。
I did what you told me to, right?
でも約束は守られなかった。
But she didn't keep her promise.
サトシ君はやっぱり消されてしまった。
She made Satoshi-kun disappear.
どうして？
Why?
どういうことなの？
What was that for? I continued to slap the hag's head. Her blood was all over my hand by then, and it felt gross. I tried to wipe it off on her clothes, but then her hair got on my hand. I ran to the sink in the torture room and washed my hands with a brush. When I was done, I went back to Mion's cell.
あの時、サトシ君がいなくなってしまった後、
You know, I said earlier that Xian's thoughts are pretty interesting, but these are not the thoughts and the actions I wanted to witness firsthand. After Satoshi-kun
あんた
disappeared,
が来て言ったよね。
you came over and told me.
サトシ君と私の関係は、けじめがもうついてたって。
You said the relationship between me and Satoshi-kun was forgiven.
そしてこうも言ったよね。
You also said
サトシ君の失踪の理由は、園崎本家は何も知らないと。
that the Sonozaki main house had nothing to do with Satoshi-kun's disappearance.
うん。
Yeah, I...
嘘だ！
Huh. This is just like Rena. This is just like Rena, huh? The first time around, you remember that? You remember the, you lied? Yeah, this is just like that moment. Lied. My shouts echoed throughout the cave. I was breathing heavily. I felt like I used up all the air in my lungs.
あんたが何も知らないのは本当だと思う。
I believe you don't know anything.
あんた自身、ばあさんに真の意味で信頼を得ていたかは怪しいからね。
You aren't even sure if the old lady actually trusted you.
でも、ばあさんが本当に私のけじめでサトシ君を許したかはわからないよ。
But I don't know if she forgave Satoshi-kun because of what I did.
アマちゃんのあんたに本当のところを打ち明けるわけもない。
She wouldn't have told you the truth. The hag didn't keep her promise. She said she'd forgive everyone, but she lied. She didn't forgive. She didn't forgive Satoshi-kun.
嘘つき、嘘つき、嘘つき、嘘つき、嘘つき、嘘つき。
Damn it! Damn it!
返してサトシ君。
Give me back Satoshi-kun.
返してよサトシ君。
I want him back.
返して返して返して返して。
I kicked the hag's leg repeatedly. Each time I kicked, the wheelchair made a squeaky noise. I ran out of breath and kneeled down. Mion was still covering her ears and was now shaking. There were tears in her eyes.
怖がらせちゃったね。
She's scaring me too. Oh, sorry to scare
ごめん
you.
ごめん。
Sorry about that.
ミオンがミオンの言うように何も知らなかったならミオンはいじめないからね。
If you really don't know, I won't torment you. That's a lie. You are a liar, Shion. You will torture her so much. Won't bring him back. I mean, yeah, she knows that, but she's letting out her anger, I suppose. Pent-up anger towards her grandmother. It's not just the Satoshi situation. It's a lot more than that, I'm sure.
安心して。
Don't worry.
でももしミオンも嘘をついていたなら仕方ない。
But if you were ever lying to me,
その時はどういう目に遭わされても仕方ない。
well, you'll have to accept whatever comes your way.
仕方ないよね。
You know what I mean. There we have the laugh again. I didn't miss it. I did not miss it. Not one bit. Oh, man. Why do these characters all have their iconic laughs? I love them. You wouldn't even believe Mion anyways? Oh, that achievement. Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Sting of Payback took the first step towards revenge, and we have, you know, a little fishing hook as the achievement image. Beautiful. Oh no. Yeah, well, 6 more achievements to go, out of which, yeah, I think, 3 or 4 might be chapters. Yeah, holy moly. Okay. Yeah, when I said things are gonna go down, I didn't expect us to be the reason that they go down. You remember? Yeah, I did not think that this is how it was gonna turn out. I definitely thought something was gonna happen to us and not that we were going to cause something to happen. Yeah. Anyway, tips. Okay, that's quite a couple of days later, if these are written down daily. Oh boy, this notebook is turning very gruesome very quickly. I wasn't planning to kill the hag so quickly. I was going to kill her anyway, but it was too soon. People would normally assume that the Sonozaki family operates as a hierarchy, but that's not true. It's actually more like a system of governments. Several ministries stem from the main family, and each forms a hierarchy of its own. These ministries don't communicate with one another. The people who belong to a given ministry don't know what other ministries are doing. That way, the Sonozaki family's dealings are kept perfectly secret. Of course, the most important people in the family govern several ministries. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. This is actually an interesting way to think about the Sonozaki family, but the way that she puts it actually makes a lot of sense. Cthulhu stuff needs to happen? Oh, we're the horror? Yeah, we are. They know, of course, about their own ministries, and they know a little bit about the ministries their relatives run. But none of them know everything. There are ministries that won't work in the open. Or that, oh my god, I can't read anymore. Holy, that work in the open. There are ministries that work unseen, and there are some smaller ones that Oryo runs herself. Mian seems to know about most of them, but she doesn't necessarily know them all. In fact, she didn't know about the curse. Considering that, the fact that the hag died before I could interrogate her is a huge loss. I mean, but she did say that she wasn't sure if she would actually get an answer out of Oryo. I mean, maybe if you torture someone long enough, hard enough, they will give in eventually. Damn, these entries are so short. I wish they were longer. I want to know more. The head of the Kimiyoshi family was the one who called the main house most often after the 5th year's curse. My father called the second most. My parents were still high in the hierarchy, but the stir caused by my mother's disownment still hung over us, so we got treated as outcasts. So the fact that my father received so many calls proved how much the hag valued us despite the distance at which we were kept, demonstrating her own two-faced respect for both sides of the coin. I mean, to be fair, she does need, Mian and Xian's father because of the Yakuza part. I don't think that part actually belongs to her, as I think her father isn't even part of the Sonozaki family. Like, he is, one that married into the family, so technically, that makes him an outsider to the family. But it is interesting that she still uses his resources instead of just building, you know, her own Yakuza. Not like that was an easy feat. She wouldn't be alive for so long if she would succumb to torture. Yeah, that is true. I mean, that whip was kind of insane. You know, one wrong hit and, you know, she's dead anyway. Is this a new model? That's so cute. Thank you. Yes, it is new. Yes, yes, yes. Hope you're doing good, Art. Once you're in the family, though, you can't leave. I mean, have you tried? You know, you never know. What if they get divorced? Maybe he can leave. You too? Hee hee. Yes. My father seems to be in charge of the intelligence bureau. He reported police information, gossip, and rumors going around in the Yakuza business to the Hag. He silences, stirs, and distorts that information at her request. By the way, my servant... No, not the poor Kasai, not the servant. By the way, my servant, Kasai, is an old friend of my father's. That must be why Kasai knows many things. But I don't know if my father is involved in the curse's execution. My assumption is that although he gathered information on the police investigation about the case, he wasn't involved in the execution itself. The fact that my father and the Hag have this close connection isn't widely known. People know that she uses his information network, but they don't look very far beyond that. I mean, doesn't she also use his Yakuza parts, or did I misunderstand that? Can't get divorced without Baba-san saying so, you think? Probably are correct. In the same way, it's possible that a curse execution team exists under the Hag's direct control. People just aren't aware of it. Man, that was, I don't know how I feel about that chapter. I feel like I learned nothing except that Shion is way crazier than I thought she was. I mean, I'm glad that we got confirmation that they actually did switch in Watanagashi. We know that for sure now. But, I don't know, I'm scared for what else will happen in this chapter. Now that we know, oh my god, maybe we'll even get to see the scene with Rika. You know, she comes over to the Sonozaki house to quote-unquote get some soy sauce, and she ends up getting killed, and she has that syringe on her with the unknown drug. I wonder if we'll get to see that scene. I'm kind of curious why Rika would have that drug on her if she tried to inject Shion with it. She must have some interesting stuff to say. I can't imagine her just... Also, wait. Why do we even kill Rika in the first place? That is maybe a question that we should be asking ourselves. Because we actually earlier we said that Rika was not suspicious. We actually specifically counted her out of the equation of people that could be X. So what reason did Shion have to actually end up killing Rika? Did her paranoia get that high that she went insane and actually ended up killing Rika? Or was it something else? If you have any connections in the hierarchy from any mafia, you for sure will use their connections. True. I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, it's not like she doesn't need them, let's put it that way. That's what I've been saying, or will she find something out? I mean, we know that Rika probably knows what's been going on, you know? We know that Keiichi at some point talks to Rika, and that in turn... Wait, I'm remembering bits and pieces from chapter 2. Didn't Mian keep asking Keiichi if he broke into the ritual storehouse or where he was on the night of Watanagashi? How did Mian do that if Keiichi was here? No, sorry, I'm messing up my words. If Mian was here in the basement, how did Mian at school ask Keiichi where he was on the night of Watanagashi? And also, if it was Shion asking him those questions while she was at school pretending to be Mian, why is she asking stuff like that? Because she knows where he was? Unless, no idea. Maybe next chapter, Shion will learn something about Rika. I mean, she does know that Rika is basically Oyashiro-sama's reincarnation. What if she sees Rika and that comes to mind and therefore she kills her? It could have happened before, but it happens multiple times after the fact too, I think. If I remember correctly. Wow, I wonder if if Shion is planning to go to school to check up on Keiichi, pretending to be Mion, I wonder if Rika will run into Shion in the school shed. Because, you know, we remember her crying near the school shed. I wonder if it's because of something that Shion said to her. That is also where she says that she will take care of things to Keiichi, which is, you know, right before she goes over to the Sonozaki house to deal with Shion. Shion is just pretending to be Mion to make sure that Keiichi doesn't snitch. I mean, yeah, that's basically what she does. She also wants to see if something will happen to him to gauge whether or not something could happen to her too. But, yeah, lots of speculations. I wonder what will happen. Technically, we have like 12 more minutes, but that would mean stopping in the middle of a chapter. So I think I'm just gonna call it a day here. And, yeah, it's, I don't think you're gonna miss me for 12 more minutes, so let's just, yeah, let's just, call it a day here. I don't think we're gonna get to anything interesting in 12 minutes, and I am kind of tired, actually. So, I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. I really wanna... I really actually wanna keep playing, but, you know, the schedule doesn't allow for it if I wanna play it on the weekends. Which means that... yeah, we'll have to wait another week, and I don't want to wait another week. I really want to keep going right now. Oh, if only I wasn't very tired for some reason. Yeah, I felt way more awake last night during the 4-hour mark than I did today. But, yeah, today is, I don't know. I feel sleepy, even though I slept a good amount of time. Thank you for the head pats. And yeah, thank you guys for coming by. Hope you had fun. I really want to keep going, but alas, 1 week of waits will not kill my hype. But yeah, let me see who we can raid today. We still have no raid message because I I was out of the house the entire day. So I didn't come up with a good one. Let me see who is streaming right now. We have Didi. I don't think we have rated Didi in a while, did we? I actually don't know when the last time was. She hasn't been streaming for too long. So I think it should be okay to rate her. Do we have to say something funny again? Yes, say something funny to Didi. Yeah. I guess that is a funny message, Zam. Is that really so funny? You can do better. That's not as funny as I thought you could come up with. Yeah. Anyway, I hope everyone has a lovely rest of their day. Thank you again for coming by. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow for... oh my god, Omori. We might finish Omori. Or I will see you next week for whatever you want to show up for. Yeah. Okay. See you. Bye-bye.